Hello, hello, hello. How are we, people? How are we? I got my Starbucks. Oh, I just put it in the microwave. I got it nice and warm now. I bought this earlier on and I saved it, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Now it's here. Pistachio latte. Gorgeous. It is. So there you go. KD first. How are we doing, KD? Hope you're well. Bad dad's afternoon, sir. How are you? Best look. Second the best looks like KDD wet the bed again. Sarah P, how are ya? Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P, 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 Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P pretends to be lovely. How are ya, Sarah P? Hope you're doing well, my darling. There you go. You added another stream. Right, I'll explain that now. I'll explain that before Bex comes because I'll explain this because she's a bit late anyway. So we won't tell Bex the story because then she won't follow us. So well, let me get through here and then I'll get to that part before Bex comes in. So how did car shopping go? So it wasn't car shopping. Car shopping happened a few weeks ago. My father bought the car and he went to pick it up today. It was fine. It was fine. It's a 1 year car. I had about 15,000 miles on it, but it won't have much more now that my father's got it. He doesn't drive that much, but no, it's nice. It's nice. Went shopping, went Starbucks, went shopping and stuff like that. So yeah, it was okay. It was good. So I was supposed to be going at around 2 o'clock my time. So Mexico was supposed to do this, which is 7 o'clock your time in Eastern. But we phoned up this morning and the guy just got back from holiday, said, yeah, come up. So we arrived at 10 o'clock this morning. I got back about 1:30, about just over an hour ago. By the time I packed everything away, we got back. So you're stuck with me today, people. No. Morning, Lady Di. How are you? Oh, it's already started. Shit. I made it. Bollocks. Morning, morning, morning. Finally, 9:45 start. Feels like 11 p.m. I know. Already is sick. I saw you, motherfucker. Right. Courts. Just they're talking. I'll get to that. So I've got 3 streams today. 3 streams. This one at 7 o'clock is Sharon Moore. His sentencing is at 2 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock UK time. So after the morning here, I'm going to send everyone over to that one. I probably won't start until around 2 o'clock, so we might have a little bit of time to waste. And then from there, we'll go back and zoom through to the afternoon stream then. So there's 3 streams. The Sharon Moore one, I am playing on this channel and my sports channel and on my sports Twitter as well, or my X account. So it'll be 3 places for it. So I will be behaving. Chat-wise, do whatever you want, but I just will be bringing chat up and talking as we normally talk because I will be streaming it to my sports channel as well. So please make sure you like that one as well when we do stream it. So, morning, Jonathan. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. Right, let's get it on, shall we, people? It's already started, so you don't have to behave here. You don't have to behave in this chat. Don't behave. It's fine. Be your normal selves. Just the other one. I'd appreciate if people don't. Yeah, keep the child stuff here. But the other one, there probably won't be anyone on that one anyway, so it's all good for you. It's been a shitty day today. It's been raining all day, so I've not had. Yesterday I did 12,405 steps. Today I've done about 3,000 one of those days because I had to go and do stuff. Anyway, here we go. Let's put the court up for all you nosy bitches. And here we go.
Do I need to look at it? I mean, will there be an objection specifically to the video, or is everything encompassed in
Everything will be encompassed in my objection to his testimony. If the state wishes to go into what they said they wanted to, this is not the witness to do it with. I believe they're bringing the person who can verify and authenticate the truck videos, but what they're trying to show through this witness is not relevant to anything. Basically, all it shows is that Aaron made a delivery, and that's it.
So do you anticipate playing the video through this witness or through the witness that you anticipate would sponsor the video of the?
Not through this witness.
Okay.
But
Now, I will say this, as it applies to relevance, I think it is highly relevant that within a 24-hour period in relation to the kidnapping and murder of a child, that he is at another residence 24 hours before on exactly the same road at almost exactly the same time with the same age children within yards of where he.
Why have they muted it, you fucking idiot? Why have they muted it? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Look, there's no point you go into cyber because we can't freaking hear anything anyway. This sucks. Oh man, I feel like a woman. So I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough. Yeah, I don't know. This one's tough to cover because we're hearing everything. It's like it's now becoming repetitive and long-winded. I'm just like a little bit over this. I just want to get to the sentencing part of this. Do you know what I mean? I'm a little bit over this now. As I say that with 8 people here, I'm sure that other people are over it as well. Even though it's still an important case, it definitely is an important case. I'm just a little bit over. Bye, bye, Miss American Palm. Who has the AC on? It is so fucking humid here today. I have my cave. It's not. It's quite cold here today. Well, I say that I got my t-shirt on, but it's not the warmest here today. But it is what it is. Oh. Like, what the fuck are we doing, people? How much stuff do you want to play, guy? My guy, just fucking. Oh, he's got off the bench now, for fuck's sakes. I mean, I get the importance of playing certain things, but what the fuck are we doing? Please tell me we're not playing another 10-hour fucking video. I do understand it's important, I do, but it's frustrating. And he's gone the back. Fuck me. Fuck me, please. Right. There we go. I'll put myself there then, out of the way. Katie, we've had to the AC on full time. Sarah, oh yeah, well, you're in Texas, so surely Texas is boiling right now. Your electricity bills in America must be sky high with the ACs and stuff, you know. I was thinking that, but you said it, so. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks, Dylan. I was walking around yesterday doing Sarah, 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 is lovely. And that's a fake song. And my husband was like, "Who? Who that? Who there?" What if? What the humiliator? To who? To whom? The humidifier? How the fuck do you say that word? The humidifier. To whom dehumidifier? Hey man, shut the fuck up. Dehumidifier.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome.
Whale, what?
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm sorry, honey.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
I've got it. Thank
That's the real Sarah P. Bye, bye, bye.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
You gotta shut the fuck up. Hang on. We are the champions, my friends. Bum, 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 bum. We got a Sarah P in our hands. Bum, 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 bum. We are the KD. I should put this up. Mexi made me this. Hang on, where's it gone? Mexi Texi made me this. Mexi Texi. Oh, I've lost it. I must have taken it down. Here we go. I sent you copies, but didn't get a confirmation email. Let me check if I got one as well. Do you know what, KD? I didn't either. I didn't. Oh, it just came through now. 7 minutes ago. You sent it. I just got it through now. Thank you to Katie. She says 3 coffees for 3 streams. Ah, that's clever. Right, note to self. Make sure you make 20 streams tomorrow. Thank you, Katie. That's actually very clever. Thank you. Appreciate that. Even though I'm over this trial, over this hearing, because I think everyone else is sort of over it. But I do appreciate that. Thank you again for Nancy yesterday. Great job, Dylan, for the 5 coffees. So, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Katie. Oh, shit. But yes, it did come through, Katie. Let me go back here. Hey, Sasmas, how are you? Top of the morning, CSS. How are you? Hope you're doing well, my darling. I was actually just watching a video before I came on about people flying from Dublin to London. To New York. Look, so, there you go. Bex, they zoomed into Mr. Arm Guy for you. You love that shit. And I know Slauncher to you, Sass. I know. Hey, Dave Hamburger. How are you doing, Dave? Hope you're doing well. I know a lot of you are disappointed that Mexi's not here and I'm here to replace her. I apologize to you. There you go. What's air conditioner? Isn't that something that you use in America, Dave? We don't do air conditioning here in the UK. Bex, you're married, Bex, for fuck's sakes. Your poor husband. Morning, Robin G. Hope you're well. Dave is not handsome today. I'm almost caught up on yesterday. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. I'm listening while plagiarizing my assignment. Isn't there some apps now? There's some apps going on that helps you with the plagiarism. Not that I encourage it, so we'll finish it later. We're still waiting here. I have no idea what's going on here. Snow in Oregon right now. Oh, really? It's really. My husband is fully aware of my antics. That's fine. That's fine then. He's like, that bitch. All right, I'll do the same. I stay stressing that man now. You've aged him. When you met him, he was so young as well. Jonathan says, do not put fans in the window. Put them 5 feet away from the window or doorway you want to pull air through. The fans pull like 4 to 5 times as much air given 4 to 5 feet of distance to said window. I don't really know how that would work. I don't know how that would work, Jonathan. What, outside? How does it go in, though? I don't get that, Jonathan. Bex, stay toxic, babe. You don't have to tell her twice. She's always toxic. She's a hot mess toxic. So, what can you do? Hang on. Oh, Miss Lynn Dance. Now, I recognize the name Miss Lynn, but I don't recognize the name Miss Lynn Dance. Now, so YouTube has changed everyone's names. What was your old name? Was it Miss Lynn? Because if it is, then I know Miss Lynn. I just don't know Miss Lynn Dance. Same. Was it the same? Miss Lynn Dance. I don't remember. I'm not always great with names though. So at the end of the Emmy, yeah, that's honest long. Hey, Miss Lynn. Thank you, KD. What's a fan? Yes, turbo heater, but with flowing air. It doesn't make sense, but it does work with air speed measuring. Jonathan, you've never made sense. Nice to see you, Miss Lynn Dance. Miss Lynn, it is Miss Lynn. Fine. I know who you are now. Miss Lynn, how are you doing, my darling? I've not seen you in ages. But yeah, I know Miss Lynn. Miss Lynn danced through me. I was like, dance. No. But Miss Lynn, I do know Miss Lynn. Nice to see you, my darling. Oh, fuck. Right, okay. Good morning, Sherry Berry. You still need to message me back, Sherry Berry, about a story about your mother-in-law, me and Badaza. I need to know that story, Sherry Berry. Message me on TikTok, so I need to know this story. I do as well, Miss Lynn. I do as well. It confuses the shit into me. It does. That's why I have to ask. It's embarrassing sometimes to ask because people think it's offensive. Or you don't remember me. Well, I don't because your name's fucking changed. But I know you.
Sworn to testify truthfully. Mr. Berry.
Yes, sir.
Right, here we go. Bad audio.
Good morning.
Before we start, I just want to ask you to make sure court reporter reminded me that you talk fast and she's taking you before. So just if we can go slowly, go through this, so everybody can understand all the things you have to say. Please introduce yourself to the jury and tell them what you do for a living.
My name is Scott Morris. I'm a digital forensic examiner employed by the FBI. And can you give us just a little bit about your background, that, as far as your training, your education, experience, qualifies you to do the job you now hold?
So I was retired in 2020 from the Grand Prairie Police Department. I have a Bachelor's of Applied Science.
One name that never changes is allegedly LB. She's never changed once. She always is here. Allegedly. How are you doing, my darling? Nice to see you, Leanne. I've not seen you in ages. Hope you're doing well. It's like a reunion here. We got Miss Lynn coming here. We got Leanne coming in, allegedly. It's nice to see all the old names, even though I don't recognize some of them. How are we doing? Sasmas, you're always here, my darling. How are you? Right. We'll continue, even though it's a struggle. Is the audio bad, or is it just me, people? Because the audio sucks. Audio sucks on my side. And not the good suck, people, the bad suck. It doesn't make, not the SRP suck. It's the other suck. You're always working. You're fine, my darling. You're fine. Always nice to see you. Sarah KD bad. I looked the day off and happy days. That's good. Oh, here she is. Hello. Now, before we get back to the trial, this thing, how was the knee operation, Rhonda? So those that don't know, Rhonda had a knee operation yesterday. She was here up until 15 minutes before her operation, and then we didn't hear from her. So how are you, my darling? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not too much pain, and I hope Chris is looking after you. I know he is looking after you. But how are you? I worry about you. I hope you're doing well, my darling. I really do. And while she gets back to us, Dave, how are you? My favorite Dave in the chat. The other Dave is a pain in the ass. This Dave, blue-collared Boston Dave. Love him. Oregon Dave is a pain in the ass. Hope you're doing well, brother. Can't wait for the draft. 9 days away, Dave. Right, we'll put this up now. Even though I'm struggling this one, but, we'll do it anyway. You're sore. Sarah P says the same. I'm sorry, but darling. You'll get better. I just hope you are okay, my darling. We're always here for you. We're always here for you. Right. Let's put this bad boy back in. Up, out, wherever. Drugged out. Again, just like Dave Umberger, drugged out.
Science as part of my duties at the Grand Prairie Police Department. I was assigned to the Computer Forensic Laboratory, the FBI, the North Texas Regional Computer Forensic Laboratory. I since retired, became employed by the FBI as part of my training to become a digital forensic examiner. You go through about a 1.5 year process of training, hands-on classes. Once you become certified, you continue to go through training. And since that time in 2016, where I was certified as an examiner, I've had approximately 1,200 hours plus of continued training.
And you work for some, you said you work for the North Texas Regional Computer Forensic Laboratory?
Correct.
And is that associated with any other agencies that the jury may know about?
So the NTRCFL, as we refer to it, is made up of FBI as well as task force officers. As I said, I was a Grand Prairie task force officer originally, but it still has Richardson, Dallas, Plano, Frisco, as well as the FBI that make that up. And we serve essentially the top half of Texas, taking in requests from the FBI and other law enforcement agencies.
And are you, even though you are, I guess, what you classify as ITSDFD, is that right?
That's what the FBI classifies me as, yes, sir.
And what do those letters stand for?
Information Technology Specialist, Digital Forensic Examiner.
All right. And so do you actually work under the purview of the FBI in that capacity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So back in November of 2022, Did you receive a phone? Did you have to go somewhere to get a phone on behalf of that had been seized by the FBI related to the disappearance of a young girl by the name of Athena Strand?
It was actually December 2nd,
Okay.
and it was a Friday night, and I was called by the lab director at that time and responded to the Wise County Sheriff's Office, where he turned over the phone to me.
Okay. And once you got the phone, what did you do?
At that point, I returned and went to the laboratory and attempted the extraction.
And where is your laboratory located?
It's in downtown Dallas.
Is it right there? Or describe where it is.
It's right near Dealey Plaza, 207 South Houston.
And may I approach your honor?
Yes, sir.
Prior to court today, did I show you what has been marked in State's Exhibit number 153?
Yes,
And at the time that I showed it to you, did I ask you to check to make sure it was sealed and hadn't been tampered with?
correct.
And then in your presence, did I open it so that we could examine the inside?
Yes,
And once we took it out of the initial packaging and get down to this pink packaging, do you recognize this item? Actually, it's the one that's inside. Do you recognize that item?
yes, this is the way that the phone was turned over to me on December 2nd.
And then once that you had dealt with it, did you then place it inside of this pink packaging
Correct,
and it has your initials and where it was sealed at that time?
correct. My initials and the date that I sealed it across the top, as well as our lab number for our examination, and our barcode number is the DL120330.
And for purposes of the record, for previous testimony, I'll state that State's Exhibit number 153 is the phone that was entered as the phone that was with the defendant at the time that he was arrested.
Correct.
Okay. Now, were there some other items besides the phone that you were asked to examine as well?
Yes, a few days later, they also brought 2 gaming systems and a laptop.
And we're just going to talk about the phone this time. Get back into the package. So you said that on December the 2nd, you drove out to the Wise County Sheriff's Office and you picked up, took it back to Dallas to your lab, is that correct?
Correct.
Were you able to do a full download of it at that time?
Not on December 2nd, no, sir.
Okay. When was it that you were able to complete the download process?
That would have been the following Monday, I believe, December 5th.
All right. And tell us the process that you went through to what we call digital extraction of that phone.
So the reason I was unable to do it on that Friday night is that the USB port by default, or maybe set up that way by the owner, had been set to.
Jerry Berry, I gotta read this out. I gotta read it. Wait, it's Badaza here. I'll read you when Badaza's here. Badaza, you here? Because this story is about you as well. Is Badaza in the chat? If you are Badaza, let me know. If not, I'll read it out when he's back. I will. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You are going to hell. Badaza, come on. When we see Badaza in chat, I'll keep an eye on chat. When we see him, I'll read the story out.
To charging only, so it didn't allow data transfer without unlocking the device. At the time that I received the phone, I wasn't provided a passcode. On Monday, I obtained a passcode and then was able to obtain my extraction. And we do that by connecting it to a tool software that then obtains the extraction for us, following a set of steps that are prompted. Once we obtain the extraction, it also provides.
Okay. So Sherry Berry messaged me and said, this was last week. And she said, I hate how Sarah P treats you like shit. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Sherry. I agree with that one. Then she goes, hey, pal, thanks for today. Sorry I couldn't chat, but I have a fucking hilarious story for you. It involves you, Bad Dazza, church, and my mother-in-law. KDD knows some of it because I saw her in chat tonight. I had permission to wear my earpods to listen, but wasn't allowed to chat. So I was like, okay, what is the story? I'm looking forward to it. Good morning, sweetie. So my mother-in-law asked me to help her out at church on Friday, moving shit around and watering the flower, Easter flowers, blah, blah, blah. I told her I would help, but I'm listening to your stream while helping. Next thing you know, I hear you read Daz's comment about pop rocks and blowjobs. And if you don't remember, Bad Dazza put in, when you eat pop rocks and give a blowjob, what does it taste like? And if you remember, Dave Umberg actually responded and said he does it, which is funny. I literally forgot where I was and screeched, Jesus fucking Christ, while cracking up laughing. Next thing you know, I get struck by lightning joke. But the priest heard me and made me go to confession. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I remember that, the pop rocks on your tongue while giving a blowjob. And for those that were here, Dave Umberger stepped right in on that one. And said he liked it or some shit like that. It was hilarious. So that's Bad Daz's influence, that is. I'll just say that. So, fuck me. How to clean a room. We've just literally probably dropped half the viewers. But that's funny, though. That's funny. Thank you for sharing that, Sherry. That's funny. I like that. Right. Where's the stream gone here? That is funny. It was funny at the time as well. Right, we hide that out. So Bad Dazza. The priest grabbed your hand and made you go into the box. Right, Bad Dazza, no comment on this one, please, right? No comment on that comment.
A hash value, a mathematical hash value for that specific extraction that you can then, if you copy it to the network or move it around, process it, I should always be able to go back to that hash value, whether it be 1 month, 10 months, 5 years, and rehash it and show that the extraction has not been altered in any way.
And in fact, during the discovery process, did you actually have to go back to your original download to create an additional copy of that original download at the request of the defense so that they had the, I don't know exactly what you say, but all of the raw data that you had?
Correct. I requested and responded by making a discovery copy for the court.
And so there's a whole lot of different reports that you can generate with regard to this. But the one I think that generally is what is the one that is generally used to sort of, for a layperson like myself, to go through the phone and just see what they might be able to find.
So when we are requested to perform an examination, it kind of falls one of two ways. Either we're giving a lot of data, kind of guidance on what they're looking for, and we conduct a full-blown forensic examination, or they can request a portable case, depending on which tool we use. It goes by different name. But that portable case puts all that raw data, process it in a way that, yes, the investigator can go through, look at emails, look at text messages, etc. They can look at it themselves. In this case, I created a portable case using Cellrite, and that's commonly referred to as a reader report.
And based upon the reader report, were you then requested to go back on the days following November 30th? I guess the specific dates of December 1st and December 2nd, were you asked to look at some some cell searches, or internet searches that might have been done on that phone, and then also some images that they can access on that phone.
Correct.
And were you able to go back and verify certain times and dates that certain things were accessed?
Correct. I was asked to provide a list of artifacts and asked to confirm that they did in fact come from my extraction and extract the data from the provided phone.
And prior to court today, did you, were you shown a document, I think approximately maybe 30 pages, yes, 29-page document that, of those artifacts that you called in, and there's some dates and times that go with the artifacts to verify that those dates and times are correct.
Correct.
Okay. I haven't done that yet.
Figured you were getting ready to do that.
So, may I approach?
Yes, sir.
Should I call you Agent Morris or Mr. Morris?
Mr. Morris is fine. I'm not an agent.
Mr. Morris, I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 287, and ask you to just briefly look through that and see if that's the document that you examined prior to court today, and I think previous to that as well.
Yes, sir, it is.
And prior to that document being created, were there numerous other artifacts that have been honed down to this as far as what we're going to bring before the jury?
Correct. So,
And so with regard to State's Exhibit number 287, you have 2 pages that are just delineate the date that the thing occurred on, right?
correct.
Thursday, December 1st, and Friday, December 2nd.
Yes.
And with regard to the other pages on there, then there would be a screenshot off of your reader report, and then the dates and times that go with that screenshot.
Correct.
And do you, is your testimony that you have, where there's little red boxes that have been added to the screenshots that point out the things that are referenced as to the date and time to the left, on the left side of the page?
Correct. The red boxes were added afterwards. They're not part of the initial processing.
And other than that, with regard to the photographs or the screenshots, are those true and correct copies of what would have come directly off of the reader report?
Correct.
All right. Now, on the dates and times, the dates and the times that are on the left side of the page, have they been gone through the conversion process? Is it the original times that you read on the reader report are usually in what time zone?
Usually the forensic software is going to list everything in universal coordinated time, otherwise known as UTC, or Greenwich Mean Time. And then from there, you can convert the time based on which time zone you're in. For this one, we are Central Standard Time, so it's -6 hours.
So if it says over here on the left side, the date and the time, and it says CST, what does CST stand for?
Central Standard Time.
Do you believe it would aid the jury to understand some of the things that were being accessed by the defendant on this phone after the time, the alleged time, or the admitted time now, that he murdered Athena Strand on November the 30th, 2022?
I do.
I will offer State's Exhibit number 287 into evidence.
I move the question. Sure.
Correct. I didn't make that presentation, so whoever did added those red marks afterwards, just to highlight certain aspects.
But you would agree that the red marks that were added were to show what the time frame is related to over here? Because there's multiple time frames on some of these.
Correct.
Dots, correct?
Yes.
And then there's also specifically as to the search where it shows web history, there's a URL or a file path that was used to get there. Is that correct?
Correct. File path shows where that artifact is located within the overall file system.
Now, understanding that, are the red marks helpful, in your opinion, to show that the date and the time that they're related?
Correct.
Now, with regard to the date and the time, those date and times were put there before you saw this document, correct?
Correct.
But did you go back and verify those dates and times to make sure that those were true and correct?
Correct. Each of the artifacts I was able to locate matched up to the time displayed.
And with regard to that, would you adopt that as far as part of your testimony was to for the individual artifact and the time that's on the same page, that's the time that artifact is related?
Correct, as long as it's minus 6 hours from whatever's displayed in UPC.
That's it. All right, thank you. With that understanding, one thing further. Prior to court today, was there a hearing outside the presence of the jury where you did your qualifications, talk about what you were going to testify to?
Yes.
And at that point, the defense have an opportunity to make objections to your testimony.
They did.
Sustained.
Yeah, I don't have any objections to it as a demonstrative evidence, we would object to come back.
All right, so states 287 is admitted. You may have a running objection.
May I publish it?
Yes, sir.
Now publishing page 1 of State's Exhibit number 287. Mr. Morris, as far as how these pages are related to each other, are they chronological or starting earlier in the day on December 1st and moving through that day and then going earlier in the day on December 2nd and moving?
I believe so.
Thank you. So, the second page, page 2 of page 287, I want to focus in on, it shows an event that occurred on December 2nd, 2022, with early Thursday morning at 3:30 a.m. Correct.
Correct.
And that related to an internet search that had refreshed, I guess, at that time from one that had previously. Explain, you're right. Explain to me what we're seeing here in this red box that I have focused in on with regard to page 2 of State's Exhibit 287.
So the search was for my family makes me out to be a demon. I was asked to locate that within the extraction and verify that it came from my extracted data. In doing so, I located that date, that specific search, but also located what appears to be the original search, which, if my memory serves, was actually performed on November 22nd, sometime after 10 p.m. And so that this search is either a research or it's just still in its history, was yet again a page refreshed back if you didn't close that tab. So this is not the initial original search.
But it does show that that search was refreshed or accessed at what time of day on December 1st of 2022?
According to that, it's December 1st, 2022 at 3:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
And the total text of, because over here, if we're looking at the middle, it doesn't give the entire text of the search, correct?
Correct, and you can see there as well that it's been refreshed a couple times on that date.
Understood. And so, but the total text is over in this box in the lower right-hand corner. My fiance's family makes me out to be a demon. Is that right?
Correct, and if you were to widen the column the software, which you can't do with the screenshot, obviously, you could also see the entire search string.
You're talking about this column here?
Yes, sir, if you widen that within the software, you'd be able to see the entire column.
All right, moving on to page number 3. Now we have an image that shows to have been accessed on December 1st, 2022 at what time?
6:19 a.m. Central Standard Time.
And just for purposes of the record, can you describe what we're looking at?
It's a graph, 3 circles intersecting, different subject titles in each one.
And so the top circle, are they in a triangular formation?
No, there's circles.
Well, they're circles, but they are like one circle on top of 2 other circles.
Correct, intersecting in the center.
Understood. So the 3 main circles titles are what?
Catholicism, autism, and nerdship.
Okay. And what does it say is the intersection of all 3 of those things?
It has the acronym BDSM.
And that was at 6:19 a.m. on December 1st, right?
Correct.
So let me go on to the next one. Okay, let's go on to the next one, December 1st, 6:19:48 in the morning. What's the next image that we're looking at?
It appears to be a book titled Hot and Bottom.
What's the subtitle, please?
How to think about, talk about, and have the sex you really want.
Going on. 7:37, now we're jumping all the way to 7:37 p.m. And we have,
Don't believe your witness.
I believe this has been admitted into evidence. I think I could read out the document that's submitted into evidence if that's allowed.
Just saying, don't believe your witness.
Yes, sir. Okay. Let's, is that, tell us, is this the same or different search that was earlier accessed that you referred to on the first day?
That's the same search. The refresh brought to the present.
Okay, thank you. Now, December 1st, what time is this next page, specifically for purposes of the record, page 6, what time is this image accessed?
It's displayed as 1:06:05 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And that's in PM means what?
Post mortem means in the afternoon.
All right. And with regard to that, do you recognize that image as being a certain person?
I do.
And who is that?
Athena Strand.
Going on, same time frame. What are we looking at here? Page 7,
It's another picture of Athena Strand.
page 8,
Another image of Athena Strand.
page 9.
Another image of Athena Strand.
Now, the next time frame that we're looking at on December 1st, 2022 is what? Here on page 10.
2:20:54 p.m. Central Standard Time.
2:20 in the afternoon.
Correct.
Is there a different search that is being done at this time?
Yes, but I can't repeat.
I'm going to focus in on it. Over here in the box, can you see the text of that search?
I do.
What is it?
Do FedEx truck cameras constantly record?
You said that was at what time?
2:20 p.m. 54 seconds Central Standard Time.
And over here, can you see that in the UTC time?
Correct. So again, 6 hours forward, 8:20, 54.
Going on, page 11. What time frame are we looking at here on the searches that we're focused in on at this point?
Shows December 1st, 2022, 7:33:29 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And what is the text of the searches that are being done?
Paradise Missing Girl.
And how many different refreshes or new screens were accessed as part of it?
What's displayed there is 5.
Going on, page 12. What time frame are we looking at here?
December 1st, 2022, 8:16:07 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And I'm going to show you, that is page 12, page 13. Are you familiar with what these photographs show?
I am.
Can you say that for the record, please?
Certain areas of crime scene.
Going on to page 14.
Additional photos of the crime scene, and all those, that string of images is part of, I believe, a WhatsApp chat.
And I want to ask you about, when you refer to it as the crime scene, it's hard to narrow that down because there's multiple things going on at the same time. So can you say where are these search areas, or where the body was recovered? You know?
I do not know each specific one.
Okay, that's fine. Going on to December 2nd. At what time frame are we looking at here?
That one shows December 2nd, 2022, 1:49:43 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And do you recognize the person in that photograph?
I believe that is Tanner Warner.
And was this a photograph that was embedded within his phone?
It is several times.
And with regard to that, was it accessed though at this time of day?
It pops up within that Facebook workup, which is Android's name for Facebook Messenger. So I don't know if it wasn't asked to determine if it's profile picture or how it's accessed. Yes, the image did present itself at that time.
Okay. Now going on to page number 17. What time of day are we looking at here?
December 2nd, 2022, 2:57:09 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And is there a photograph of a young girl on there?
There is
And do you know who that young girl is?
Athena Strand.
Going on to page number 18. Do you see another photograph?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
Athena Strand.
Page 19, is this a different time that was accessed than the previous time this photograph was accessed?
Correct.
Page 20, what are we looking at here for purposes of the record?
It's a missing poster for Athena Strand.
Page 21,
Another missing banner for Athena Strand.
page 22,
Another missing poster for Athena Strand.
page 23,
Another missing poster for Athena Strand.
page 24,
An image of Athena Strand.
page 25,
Would appear to be in a photo of a search crime scene location.
page 26,
Another message photo alert, if you will, of Athena Strand.
page 27,
Another image of Athena Strand.
page Page 28,
Another image of Athena Strand.
and page 29.
It's still another image of Athena Strand.
And these are all images that you recovered from where?
These came from the extracted data of the phone submitted to the laboratory.
And who did that phone come from?
I believe it came from Tanner Horn.
Absolutely.
Cross-examination.
Good morning, Mr. Morrison.
Good morning.
Follow-up questions for you. Now, as to this PowerPoint, you did not create
That's correct.
that. And your work in the digital forensic, the recovery from the phone, the artifact, is the images of the difference on the right, not the word.
Correct. The images on the right are what came from the extraction. The images on the left are just taken from that. Summarizing, if you will.
Sure. And you're only testifying to those artifacts on the phone. You're not giving any testimony regarding who the end user was at the time or anything like that.
Correct.
Now, this wording in blue there,
Yes, sir.
that is our file.
Correct.
So that's kind of where it ended up on your phone, on the phone.
Yes, sir.
And there's ways things get onto your phone other than you searching for
Correct.
them. Can you just tell me what a cache is?
So a cache is, best way to describe it is a temporary storage. You have different caches within your web browsers, different caches within your social media applications. And the purpose of the cache is really to try to make your user experience better. So if you think of a news site, it may cache data. So the next time you go to that news site, if it's one you go to frequently, you're not waiting on it to pull up all the original data. It can pull up more quickly and present itself quicker. In the same way, social media apps have a similar fashion. If they're trying to present the user quickly what you want to see, you're not waiting. And so it can cache data of stuff you've looked at for social media. Some of it may be preloaded, as you may be familiar with social media. When you pull it up, there's already a video waiting for you.
And you kind of mentioned there, so different programs will have their own cache storage place, right?
Correct. And then the phone itself can have a cache. They're all over extraction.
Okay, so there's multiple different little pockets where things will get put in.
Correct.
And that's what we're calling an artifact, is any sort of image or message or anything that gets saved.
Correct.
And those images will remain in that cache until they're either written over or if the program has some sort of time limit.
Correct. Each platform can set up its own parameters. The phone can to try to manage that cache so that it doesn't become too large on your device and then start rendering your user experience in the negative because it's taking up too much space.
Now, going through each of these photos in the state presentation, they all have this file path showing where they ended up, right?
Correct.
And this one, for example, is from Facebook.
Correct.
So Facebook caches, what goes in there isn't necessarily something you click on.
Correct. It's made up of a multitude of data.
Okay. And it's like when you're scrolling and viewing things, that can be
Correct. Yeah. Simplest of terms, it can be stuff that's preloaded. It can be things you've looked at. It can be things that your social media by kind of tracking your interest, your likes, or things that have been occurring in and around your phone, or maybe your area, your location. It can preload that data, be available for you, or shared by other content users.
Exactly. So if I look at a particular topic, search on YouTube for gardening or something, and I pull that Facebook, and suddenly I've got 60 things on garden, and I'm scrolling through those can end up back in my cache.
Correct.
And I believe Instagram's owned by Meta, so it too as is Facebook.
Yes.
So would it work similarly? I think we may have an Instagram photo or two of it.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on each cache, but yes, they'll work in a similar fashion. I couldn't testify that they have the exact same configuration and rules of how long they can store data and whatnot.
Well, for example, the dates we're talking about, Ms. Strand would have been in the news a lot.
Correct.
Would have been on the news feed on Facebook a lot.
Correct.
And if I'm scrolling in Wise County, I'm likely to run go into my cache.
Yes,
Specifically, the one you testified to as being crime scene, that was actually from WhatsApp, correct?
yes, and again, it's shared data held on the phone.
Okay. But that one is a little different because that was from a message group, right?
Yes,
So if, and I believe it was maybe a FedEx, maybe something from his work.
I believe the FedEx group chat is.
So when that goes out in the group chat, and I'm in that group chat, and I click on that there's a message from coworkers, or can click on this message from coworkers, that is went into the WhatsApp cache.
Yes,
So that wasn't like him looking for a crime scene, that was a message group he was part of. He clicks on it and it goes on the web.
yes, but that specific part of that is part of that group chat.
Yeah, I'm referring to that specifically. There's also some of these that may have been from messages from his meeting from his grandmother.
Okay.
And so if you get a message from someone else, the same thing, you click on it, whatever attachment they sent you goes into the cache.
Yes, it can be cached depending on what messaging platform you're using, WhatsApp, the native messaging for the phone, Facebook messaging.
So because you've got the file path on these, and it's different from the search terms you showed, these are from caches from either Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp or a message that was sent.
Yes,
Let me ask a question to you about the browser history. You talked about a first time searching and reloading, that sort of thing. What are different ways that something gets into that history for a program that has a history rather than cache?
so if you're familiar with, for instance, Google on your phone, if you type in a specific search, if you don't clear your history and you go back, then it can be, as soon as you start typing, it may present itself and you can click and follow that same search. Also, if you have multiple tabs open, you may have that tab open the entire time, and it's not until you click on that tab, then it refreshes, brings it back to the forefront, and you can continue that search again, if you desire.
So while they operate a little differently, either with the cache or with the history, you don't necessarily have to intentionally click on something for it to end up there.
Correct.
Now, I don't know if you mentioned this, but I believe it's in your report that one of the first things you did, you gained access to the phone to do is search for child sexual abuse materials.
I'm sorry.
Child sexual abuse material on the phone. I think it's in your report, maybe prior testimony, that was like one of the first things you did.
I think I remember noting that I didn't locate it.
That was going to be my next question. So you didn't locate any sort of child sexual abuse material. I think that was the acronym of it.
Correct, I did not.
Just to clarify, we're referring to any sort of pornography involving kids or children, anything like that. You did not get any research.
I did not.
One last question, and you may or may not know the answer to this. On the, as far as Facebook and Instagram, do that as a source of program, when you change your user handle, do you know that changes the user, how that appears on old posts?
I don't know the changes on old posts.
Pass it, John.
Redirect.
We've already shown this photograph. In order for somebody to have this documentation on their screen, or what would have to happen?
Those listed there are typing searches. You're typing in a search, you wanted to know what the weather is, you type, what is the weather today? That is what that artifact is cataloging.
So which the person, whoever it was using the phone at that time,
be the one that advertises.
Correct.
And is that the same with regard to state exhibit 2, exhibit page 10, this red box?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No further questions?
Mr. Coble?
Yes, as the first image he showed you, there was 4 or 5 searches. Those occurred between 1:33 and 1:37.
I don't know.
4-minute period.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 4-minute period of 4 times.
Well, it would be that you load the first search. You didn't type it that many times.
Okay.
So it's repeating, kind of like the FedEx trucks report constantly, or the other one about the family, things on the demon. It's not being retyped each time. So you type the first time, and then as you go into your history, remember it shows your history. You can either follow again, or it's just pulling up, refreshing that window.
Okay, so I thought Mr. Berry had asked was retyped. That's not necessarily what happened. It means that search was reloaded 4 times within that.
Yeah, I didn't look to verify, but I don't believe it. I don't believe that he typed it 5 times.
Okay, and that second one he showed you, those had the same exact time for the second. It's 8:20, 54, or something like that. So that's not even typing 2 things at the same time.
Correct. I'd have to see the slide again to follow exactly, but I don't believe it's being retyped. He could, but it doesn't necessarily indicate and mean that he typed it 2 times.
I'm sure you can type something.
Correct, if they were at the exact same time.
Right.
That's what I would say without seeing the image again. I would just take your word that they were at the exact same time.
I was trying to write it down while they were right there. So,
Sure.
thank you. That's all.
Mr. Berry?
Nothing further.
May this witness be excused subject to any potential recall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Hand me that microphone, just pull it out. Pull that microphone, pull it out. Thank you, sir. Who do you have next? I'm sorry? Kevin Huffman? Trying to do something with this air conditioner. Oh, have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, this witness has been previously sworn to testify truthfully. Mr. Satan?
I live on County Road 3573 in Paradise.
Now, let me ask you a little bit about this road outside of Paradise. Just describe this road.
It's going to be a paved county road. It's a little less than a mile long. It dead ends into a cul-de-sac.
And as it applies to this case, are you aware of where Athena Strand's residence is in relation to yours?
Yes, sir.
And where is it in relation to yours?
So when you turn on to County Road 3573 off of FM 2123, which is the farm to market highway, Athena's house would have been the first house on the right, up towards the highway side. And then my house is down at the very end of the cul-de-sac.
When you say cul-de-sac, is that like a turnaround?
Yes, sir.
And so on this particular road, is this area that is in, do you consider it to be urban or rural?
It's rural.
Now, how far away is this from, say, the town of Paradise?
From Paradise, as the crow flies, it's probably about 10 or 11 miles.
This particular road, how long have you been living on?
We moved out there in 2017.
Now, this particular road, is this a highly traveled or a lightly traveled road?
It's pretty lightly traveled. There's about 20 homes on this road.
Now, let me fast forward you here. At some point in November of 2022, did you happen to come in contact with the defendant, Tanner Warren?
Yes, sir.
And how did that contact occur?
He had delivered a package to our house.
And let me ask you specifically, what date was that on?
That would have been on November 29th.
And what time?
It was evening time, approximately 5:45.
Now, in relationship to that day being the 29th, are you familiar with what day Athena Strand was missing?
Yes, sir.
What day was that?
That'd been the following day on the 3rd.
And do you remember, you said you're a constable. Let me ask you a couple of questions about
Yes, sir.
that. Is a constable a licensed police officer?
Yes, sir.
And with regard to being a constable, do you have access to the sheriff, the dispatch? How do you communicate in Wise County?
Well, I have a police radio in my vehicle. I don't personally use it that much. I'm an old school guy, but I communicate primarily by phone with them. But I do have the ability to use the county radio system.
And in that communication, do you remember when you became aware that Athena Strand had gone missing?
Is that
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, relevance to the incident that we're talking about today?
Sustained.
When Athena Strand went missing, did you participate in the search?
Yes.
And how so?
That evening, I participated by going out and checking my property. I went on 10 acres. So I went and checked around my fence lines, and I checked my stock tank and in that immediate area that evening.
So backing up, you said that Ken Horner had delivered a package at 5:45 the day before. Is that right? Okay. And let me ask you, at your home, back in 22, who all lived at your home back in 2022?
It would have been myself, my wife, and my 2 daughters.
Now, let me ask you, we don't have to give their names here, but how old were your 2 daughters in November of 2022, if you remember?
My youngest would have been 7, and my oldest would have been, well, she had just had a birthday, so she had just turned 10.
So I want to make sure this is you, your wife, 2 girls, 7 and 10.
Yes, sir.
And were they all present when Tanner Horner arrived at your location on the 29th?
Yes, we were all on the property.
All right. And with regard to that, how did you become aware that he was there on the property?
My oldest daughter had come in to let me and my wife know that we had to deliver there. They were both out in the yard.
And so that's the setup I was going to ask you about. Now, who was where when Tanner Horner drove up?
Yes, sir. My 2 daughters were out playing out in the front yard. We have a swing in the circle drive, so they were out playing out front. And me and my wife were in the house in the living room.
And other than delivering a package, anything else out of the ordinary go on that particular day?
Not necessarily out of the ordinary. It was just, little idle chit chat, small talk while he unloaded a keyboard that was made.
Let me show you previously. Exhibits 389 and 290. Let me just ask you a couple of questions. You didn't take these pictures, did you?
No, sir.
Are these screenshots?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me just ask you, do you recognize any portions on these particular screenshots?
Yes, sir.
And an idea, what do you recognize on the screen?
So I recognize it shows a partial picture of the front of my house and the front door. It shows my wife's car parked on the carport attached to the house. And this picture shows an image of my youngest daughter.
And then what about, that's takes 289, what about 290?
Thank you. I apologize. I left my cheaters in the truck. This one, in addition to the car, the front door, this one is going to show, looks like my youngest daughter at the back of the FedEx van, as well as me coming out of the front door.
Okay. And then on 288, is that generally the same as you see here in 289 and 90?
Yes, sir. Minus this one, I do not see me coming out the front door, and it appears that the van door is closed.
All right. And do these accurately represent your home and those things around your home on or about that date, November 29, 2022?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
We'd offer states 288, 289, and 290.
Any objections other than those previously brought to my attention?
No objections.
Right, states exhibits 288, 289, and 290 are admitted. Cross-examination.
Can we break down?
Yes.
Hang on, are they on break or what are they doing? They didn't say. I presume they're on break. They must be on break. There you go. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to watch, this is. We try and keep it light-hearted because it's such a sad, sad case, this is. I've not seen. I've got. Oh, Mark, he did pop in. He did pop in.
Hippie chick, Marky C, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and Marky, go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
I don't know where the other two are, but Mark, he popped in. It's a difficult case to keep track of, to listen to. It's, you know, he does have his own child, and it's just like, I sometimes have to zone out because I'm just like, oh, difficult. So you can only imagine what the family must be feeling right now, having to listen to this. I know that some families will want to hear all the details, but oof, sometimes less is more. Do you know what I mean? This is, and I know the prosecutor said he's going to present all evidence, but, you know, do you really need to? I suppose the family, guessing want him to receive death penalty, which is why they have to do this, I suppose. But it's tough. any trial, any case that involves a child, it's tough. I understand a lot of people don't like watching or covering them, but we do it to respect the name and to, you know, to ensure that we can, you know, keep a legacy. Yeah, there's 100 odd, I know, Dave, but they're not going to use all 180 witnesses, Dave. They said that they put a lot of people on there, but they won't be using all of them. So I don't know. As I say, the originally it was supposed to be 4 to 5 weeks for the trial, and the trial and the sentencing period, and I think it probably will take that long if they're going to go through as many witnesses as they look like they're going to. We've not even got to the experts or anything yet, so I suppose we're going to be here for quite a few weeks, which is tough. And I also understand that most people don't like to watch this, and I'm not here to watch it, but we're in it now. There's not much more we can do. We're in it. I don't really want to listen to a lot of these things. When he pled guilty, I thought, oh, good, we're going to miss the majority of the dirty, you know, grindy bits that we don't need to hear. But no, we're going to hear everything. Oh, excuse me. So, no one was safe for this guy. No one was safe for this guy, Robin. Oh, there you go. Oh, there he goes. There you go, Bex. Whoopee. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. I never get any pics sent back to me though. That's this seems to be all one-sided, ladies. You know, he did plead he did plead guilty. So what's going to happen, Miss Lynn, is so originally what was going to happen was we're going to have a trial to find him guilty, not guilty, which obviously would have been guilty. And then there was going to be a sentencing phase that the jury have to then deem whether he's going to get a death penalty or life in prison without parole. But because he has pled guilty, the jury need to hear the basis of the case in order to understand what he did. Because when it goes to the sentencing element, then they will have to decide whether he gets a death penalty or not, which is why we have to go through this. You know, I'm not sure we have to go through as much as we're doing, but I suppose the prosecutor did say he's going to put everything on. He's going to put everything on, essentially. So, I thought it was going to be a couple of weeks, but I think this is probably going to be 3, 4, maybe even 5 weeks. Originally, it was supposed to be 4 to 5 weeks. So we might be that long now. I sort of understand it because, as I say, the jury need to hear. Like, if this was the judge, it'd be different because he doesn't need to hear everything. He's probably read a lot of stuff. But with a jury, you need to, because you've got 12 jurors and they all have to vote unanimously. It has to be 12 guilty of death penalty for him to receive the death penalty. If it's 11 for death penalty, 1 for life in prison without parole, then he gets life in prison without parole. It has to be unanimous for that. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. And I say, what's going on? You've been quiet. It's not like you've been quiet. That means you've been somewhere else. But you know, you're back, or you're busy, and you're never busy. You're always chatting. Normally, I can't shut you up, but you're quiet. Thank you. I thought once he pleaded, we'd never hear from him again. If we didn't have to go through the death penalty phase, we wouldn't. He would have just had, prison without parole for life. So, but unfortunately, we've got to endure this just for the jury's sake, basically. So they also have audio. Excuse me, I'm so tired. They also have audio. Hours worth of audio of him actually killing her in his van on camera, but we're not going to hear that. Only the jury hear that. Thank fuck. I do not want to hear that. Do you know what I mean? So I think, though, the plan all along was by the defense. He was always going to plead guilty, I believe anyway. But he was waiting to see if he would be offered a deal. But the prosecutors were like, no, we got you. We got you. We got such a strong case. We don't need to plead. We're going to put the death penalty on you. And that's why his dreams of taking a plea deal disappeared, because no one wants to plead with him. Robert G says he had so many pics on his phone of Athena from after she went missing. Yes, it's disgusting. Here's one of the nosy bitches. We've had Marky and we've now had Hippie Chick come in. We're still missing Spacey Stacey, but while she's with us.
Hippie chick, Marky C, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and Marky, go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
There's audio, yes. Law and Crime announced on the weekend that the judge has decided that the public do not get to hear the audio. And there might be video. I don't know if there's video as well. But you can hear inside the van where he's strangling her and stuff. So, Zach Bobo. I've never heard of Zach Bobo. Let me look at Zach Bobo. Is this one of your Ohio ones, Dave? Zach Bobo. Zach Bobo. Oh, they're back. Maron disappeared. Family on credit. Oh, this one. Yeah, I think. No. Zach, I don't want to watch this at all. So he's seeking a new trial. I haven't watched that. I've not watched that. So, hello, lovely. How are you? Yes, we've heard from Rhonda. She's doing well. She's just gone for a nap now because she's in a little bit of pain. She's taking her medicine now, but she's out and she's doing okay. Hippie chick. Okay, I need to look into that. I have heard of Holly Bobo before. Zach Adams. So he's looking for a new trial. Okay. I will have to look into that one and see.
Right, everyone may be seated. Ms. Anderson.
Yes, Your Honor. This happened during the break. You had a chance to review a video, and it was the interior of the truck during the stop, which you had just previously testified about. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, we have pre-admitted defense exhibit number 44, and we would like to publish that to the jury now.
Any objection
Mr. Stegman? Yeah, okay. Defense Exhibit 44 is admitted, and you may publish to the jury.
Right, and I'm gonna stop right here for a moment. Now, Mr. Huffman, when Mr. Horner pulled into the driveway, the lights are on at the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And there are cars in the driveway.
Yes,
So just looking at the house, there's an indication that somebody's actually home.
that's correct.
And there are dogs out in the front yard?
Yes,
Okay, and I believe you testified that your kids were out there playing?
yes.
Where was your wife at the time?
She was in the house with me.
I'd like to see on the one with the adult, please, as a, Christmas time precaution.
All right, so you can see the kids are playing in the back, and Mr. Horner still has his seatbelt fastened, does he not?
Yes,
He rolls down his window and he asks to speak to one of the adults, correct?
Yes.
And tells you that, or says that it's a Christmas time precaution, right?
yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he stayed in the van until it appears that he had received some indication that it was okay to get out of the van, right?
What it looks like, yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure, kind of.
Now, Mr. Huffman, I'm going to stop for a moment. Can I approach the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Huffman, I have one question. Who is this in the white right here in the background? I assume this is your daughter right here.
That's one of that's my youngest daughter in the Ford, closer
And
one.
in the background, is that your wife?
To be honest, I can't tell from here.
You need to walk around and look at it. I may have to.
You know what, I'll play it and I'll give us a better spot. And the person in the background goes into the house.
Okay, that is my wife there, in front of the door.
Okay, so when Mr. Horner arrived, your wife was outside as well.
Yes. We both came out.
When he got out of the truck, he told your wife or told people that were outside that, you know, it was a Christmas time precaution because he had accidentally spoiled a kid's Christmas the other day. Is that what he had said?
I believe that's the gist of it, yeah.
And all the time that he's sitting in the truck, your wife is still outside with the kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your wife goes into the house. And is that you that immediately came out of the house?
That is me.
Okay. Mr. Huffman, during this time that Mr. Horner is getting the package out and delivering it to the front, you didn't have any concerns for your safety, did you?
No,
You didn't have any concerns for the safety of your wife?
not at that.
Didn't have any concerns for the safety of your children?
No.
In fact, Mr. Horner was behaving like your typical delivery driver, correct?
Well, I would say a little better than the prior one.
A little better than the prior delivery
Yes.
driver? But he was polite,
Yes,
and he was courteous, and he engaged in small talk with you and your family,
right.
but nothing that would give you pause.
No, ma'am.
Nothing that would make you get on your dispatcher and call sheriff.
No.
And nothing that would make you call, dispatch.
No.
All right, so. Now, Mr. Horner had just stated that 115 stops today. Did you hear that?
I didn't catch it, I'm sorry.
Okay, so Mr. Horner did say that there were 115 stops that day, not too bad. And during this time period, you can see yourself walking back out of the house,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're walking towards the back of the truck,
Correct.
and Mr. Horner's putting on a seatbelt.
Yes.
Oh, man. You have that one. I'm ready for it now.
Mr. Huffman, the only other question I had about the package was the package clearly marked what the contents were?
I want to say it was, but I don't recall. It's been too long.
Okay. If it had been clearly marked and somebody just delivered it, you would agree with me that there was the possibility that if it had been a surprise, that surprise could have been spoiled?
If it had been, I think so, but it wasn't.
Your Honor, has a witness.
Redirect.
Within 24 hours of that video, Athena's been kidnapped and murdered, correct?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, Ms. Anderson asked you if you felt the need to call the police or dispatch, and he was there 24 hours before. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, knowing what you know now, that 24 hours later, he kidnapped and murdered a child the same age as yours, would you still have that feeling with him being on your property at this time?
No.
And what would you do in response?
Objection, Your Honor, that calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Nothing further.
Redirect. Ms. Anderson.
Yes, but at the time, you didn't fear for your safety.
At the time, I did not.
Did not fear for the safety of your girls.
No.
Did not fear for the safety of anybody in your household.
No.
Nothing further.
Mr. Stanton.
Nothing wrong, thank you.
May this witness be used subject to any potential recall?
No objections.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, I hate to do this, but we've been working, so we need 10 minutes. All right, we'll call you back in just a few minutes.
Oh, fuck me. Right, okay, well, I'm walking as I'm talking right now, so, they need 10 minutes today. Why? They just had a bloody break, didn't they? Unless they didn't take a break. Right. Hippie Chick said something here, and I thought, where did the chick say something? She said something. I was like, oh, that's quite funny. I don't mean funny, haha, but so you said, watch yourself, Jonathan, getting, and you meant getting old sucks. Just to remind people that when Jonathan was 20, I think he was 22 years old, he got married to a 54-year-old. So if anyone knows about old people and getting sucked, it'd be Jonathan. So, yeah. Okay. Right, hang on then. What do you want to do for 10 minutes? Hang on. Let's have a look here to see if I can get something here. Because I didn't expect this break. That's why I started walking. I'm not going to stop right now. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need some. Right, tell me a nice American dish that I probably won't know about. Is there an American dish that I would be surprised about? I could play you on YouTube and we can watch together. Is there any kind of dish that you guys do that I wouldn't mind watching it? We can react to it. Hopefully it's something that not as much. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go with gumbo. I've never tried gumbo. I don't know what it is. What is gumbo? So I don't know what it is. So let's do this. Here we go. It's about 11 minutes. So right. Oh, and she's nice as well. So let's do this then. Let's watch this from Louisiana. Share screen. Share screen. We do make lasagna, probably a little bit different to you guys, because ours is probably nice. But here we go. Let's watch this. This is gumbo. How to make chicken and sausage gumbo. A tough grip there as well. Fucking hell. She's squeeze it. I'm out. I don't like spice. I'll still judge it. I don't like the celery bit. I think celery is just. Majority of people agreed with me that you guys over season everything. I agree with seasoning, but like the way that those women were doing seasoning, the way you and Bex, Robin, like seasoning, it's. But now I have watched enough of these now to understand that American food is shit. You have to over season it because it tastes like shit. So I've sort of understood that now. If you came to the UK, you wouldn't need to season as much as that because our food tastes nice. So I think that we can all agree on that. So yeah, no, I like season, but not the way that these women have been seasoning. This woman's been fine so far. She's done a really good job of seasoning so far anyway. Bex and Robin G would be like, let's put half a ton of salt, half a ton of fucking pepper, half a ton of turmeric, and let's put a whole bottle of fucking, I don't know, garlic powder in there. It's like, no, you don't need it. Look, that is a nice seasoning already. That's the difference. This is really well done. So now you've done such a great job so far. Don't spoil it, but put a ton of different stuff on it. That's really good flavouring so far. I can smell it from here.
10 minutes.
For the lady that just dumped us. I did see that, but I can't start it because we're in the middle of this one. But if it wasn't in the middle of it, I would have streamed it, but I can't. So you dump us, it's fine. I know where we stand. Lady die for, I don't even know what it is. It looks spicy-ish. No offense, I'm over this one. I am as well, but I'm keeping streaming it because obviously we're committed to it now. A few people still want to watch it, so I can't switch to another one until this is over. But I'm definitely over this. Put the rice on top. I would put the rice on the bottom. Oh, Lovely says rinse the rice. I've never rinsed the rice before.
I don't know what will.
I think, Lovely, this woman breaks a spaghetti as well, though. So for me, thank you, darling, for doing that for us. Right, the court's back, so let's go back to the court there now. Right. Here you go. Play. Oh, well, I thought the court was back. Well, they are back. Huh?
My grandmother. November 8th, 1996.
In June through August of 2013, where were you living?
I don't know why we can't see this witness.
Hazel, Texas.
Who were you living with at that time?
My grandmother.
What was your childhood like at that time?
I was placed to live with my grandmother because I had a pretty troubled childhood.
Was your dad involved in your life?
No, I was born due to the sexual assault of my mother in college.
In June through August of 2013, how old were you at that time?
16.
Were you going to school then?
Yes.
Where were you going to school?
Hazel, high school.
Do you see the person in the courtroom that you know to be Cameron?
Yes, I do.
Do you point to where he is located and identify an item of clothing he is wearing?
He was wearing a blue tie.
All right. Let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant Cameron.
Record will so reflect.
When did you first meet Cameron?
It would have been around the end of 2012 to beginning of 2013.
How did you meet him?
I met him through someone I was dating that he was in a band with.
Do you recall what band this was?
I believe it was Recover the Lost at the time.
Was Cameron involved in several bands?
Yes.
Do you recall any names of any other bands?
Yes, Buried Alive and Commit and Conquer, Soundings, and I believe Sacred Sound.
I believe you said you knew him end of 2012, beginning of 2013.
Yes.
What type of relationship did you have with him at that time?
We were friendly. We were friends due to our mutual friend group and the person I was seeing.
Did you have conversations with him?
Yes.
And did you ever see him out?
Yes.
What type of conversations did you have with the defendant?
We would mostly talk about music, anime, things going on in our relationships at the time.
How did you, back in January of 2013, how did you mostly speak to the defendant?
We were talking about mutual breakups that we were going through, him with an ex and mine with his friend who was my then ex.
Was that through Facebook messaging, social media?
It was through Facebook messaging.
And are you familiar with the defendant's Facebook account?
Yes, I am.
And do you recall about how when you started talking to the defendant on Facebook?
I want to say it was January of 2013.
Yeah, I have heard.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 292. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
And what is it?
This is a comment thread between Tanner and myself on Facebook.
And how do you know that that message belonged to Tanner?
It has his photo in the profile as well as his name.
Did you ever make plans with Tanner Horner using Facebook?
Yes,
And who showed up after you made those plans?
Tanner Horner.
All right, this time the state, this is a fair and accurate depiction of that conversation.
Yes.
This time the state opted evidence, State's Exhibit 292. objection, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 292 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 293. We spoke about anime earlier. What was the character that you and Mr. Horner spoke about the most?
Misa Misa from the anime Death Note.
And part of this conversation that just was admitted as State's Exhibit 292, is that who you were speaking about?
Yes.
And do you feel like this would aid the jury in understanding who we are speaking about?
Yes.
And is this a representation of that character?
Yes.
All right, this time the state opposite evidence, State's Exhibit 293. I would object to trial and Sherman.
That objection is overruled. State's Exhibit 293 is admitted.
Now I'm going to show you what is marked as State's Exhibit 291. Have you had the opportunity to review this item prior to coming in here today?
Yes.
And can you tell me what these are?
These are Facebook messages between myself and Tanner Horner.
And are these a fair and accurate showing of your entire conversation that you still had in your possession
Yes.
at this time? And is that y'all's conversation?
Yes.
And how do you recognize that that is your and Tanner Horner's conversation?
It is, it has Tanner's profile picture as well as his name.
Your Honor, this time the state opposite evidence, State's Exhibit 291. No objection, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 291 is admitted.
Judge. All right, we were talking about one of the things that you had in common with Tanner was anime.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about anime and specifically the conversation that you're having about Misa Misa?
In this conversation, I was cosplaying as that character for a local anime convention that was going on, and Tanner was commenting on my post asking who I was cosplaying as.
And who were you cosplaying as?
Misa Misa.
Can you publish what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 293? Show on the screen now, State's Exhibit 293. And what are we looking at?
This is Misa Misa from the anime Death Note.
Is this, I guess, what you're referring to in the conversation that was just admitted? It's in front of you, that Facebook message?
Yes.
And I'm going to have you read those messages and tell us who is reading. Tell us your part, this part, okay?
Yes. The first comment that Tanner made asked who I was cosplaying as. I responded, Misa Misa. Tanner said, I just creamed my panties. Tanner then said, I had to go to Walmart and buy a pair just so I could cream them. I responded, Tanner, you're a male. That's weird that you're wearing panties. Tanner then said, well, banana hammock, but still, them be manties, not panties. LOLs, JK, JK.
Other than Misa Misa, what other things did you and Tanner talk about
At that time, a lot of it was just music related. We were both involved in the local music scene, going to shows, supporting the local bands.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome.
Whale what? Welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry, honey.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
I've got it.
Did Tanner Horner know how old you were?
Yes.
And how did he know that?
I openly told him when his friend and I were dating, as his friend was aware as well.
Were you ever at the defendant's home?
Yes,
Do you recall who you lived with?
his grandmother and grandfather.
What did he ask you to tell her?
I needed to use the restroom.
Your Honor, it's a vague question.
Rephrase your question.
What did he ask you to tell her about your age? Objection, Your Honor, it's still vague.
This deserves a pause because I've not seen Murph for fucking ages. Not seen you for ages. I hope you're doing well, Murph. It's nice to see you. I don't know what you're up to these days, but I hope you're doing well. I posted in Discord the other day actually about you because Dave was like so excited that he saw you in another stream. He was literally so excited. So, you know, this deserves a stop of the stream. Don't tell Josie because she'd be jealous though. To me, she will be jealous if I stop the stream for you and not her, and so she will make me do it. Otherwise, you know what happens.
Josie and Murph Turf, they aren't as lovely. Fuck around and find out. I'm joking, they're lovely.
So I'll get my ass fucking kicked. Nice to see you, my darling. Any upcoming trial? We need to get you back in chat, so we need to get you onto a trial. This is not the trial. This is a fucking pain in the ass. But I need to get you back in here for a trial. We need to look up a trial that you be. Let me know. Message me if there's any upcoming trials that you want to see, because I like your nerves in the chat. So you know. So when you've got more time and everything, let me know so we can put a trial on for you. Because I got to do one for. What have I got? Velo. Is it Rudy Velo for Josie? I did the one for Mexi. Hackers told me one, but I forgot. Don't tell her. Sarpi's like whatever. She doesn't care. Just she told me to make memes about her, so I'll do that. And then you got you to think about. So just let me know in advance. I will do it. I think it was for Erin Hack. It's the Jared Bingham one. His wife and her partner. That's the one we'll cover for that one. That's gonna be like a 4 or 5 week two-part series. So right, we'll get back to it. But lovely to see you, Murph. Really is lovely to see you, my darling. Not everyone gets this. Now I'm gonna fucking do this for everybody because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why is Murph getting special treatment?" Right, I'll get it back. Hang on, here we go.
Has not been identified who the parent is.
Rephrase your question.
You mentioned that he was living with his grandma, correct?
Yes.
When you were at his grandma's house, what did Tanner Horner tell you to tell his grandma about your age?
If I was asked about my age, I was told to tell her I was 18 years old.
Thank you. I'm gonna bring you to around June and July of 2013, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, what was your relationship with Tanner Horner?
At that time, we had entered a dating relationship for the period of about 1 week.
And you were how old at that time?
16 years old.
How old was Tanner Horner?
22.
In June or July of 2013, what happened?
Tanner sexually assaulted me.
Was there another time that Tanner Horner sexually assaulted you?
Yes, August 11th of 2013.
And are you the same person that is a victim in 2 sexual assault child cases?
Let me-
Objection, Your Honor, to the characterization.
Let me hear the question.
You're the same person that is a victim in 2 sexual assault cases that are indicted and pending in Tarrant County.
The objection's overruled.
Your Honor, I would object to the characterization of the victim. Only a jury can determine whether or not an offense has occurred. Until then, she's a complaining witness for the accuser.
Rephrase your question regarding victim.
Are you the same person that is the accuser in 2 sexual assault of a child cases that are indicted and pending in Tarrant County currently?
Yes, I am.
Who is the defendant in those cases?
Tanner Horner.
Is that the same person as you have previously identified in court today and as the defendant in this case?
Yes.
In June, July 2013, when Tanner Horner sexually assaulted you, where were you at?
In his shed with behind his grandmother's house.
Why were you there that day?
We were hanging out and drinking and smoking.
When you say drinking,
We were drinking alcohol.
when you said smoking,
We were smoking marijuana.
you're still 16.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you purchase this alcohol?
No, I did not.
You did.
Tanner Horner.
How much had you drank that day?
I don't remember exactly, but I know it was enough that I was not coherent.
Was there anyone else at his house that day?
I believe his grandmother was inside her home up the home in the front.
So what were you and Tanner Horner doing while you were drinking alcohol?
We were in his shed listening to music and talking.
Do you recall what time of day or night this was?
I believe it started in early afternoon and went on late into the night.
Were you planning on staying the night with him that night?
Yes, so my grandmother did not find out that I was out drinking.
I want you to tell the jury what happened.
That night, when I decided it was time to go to sleep, I laid down and Tanner Horner started grabbing a hold of me, kissing me, and proceeded to have sex with me.
Was this the first time that you had had sex with the defendant?
Yes.
Understanding you cannot consent, did you tell the defendant anything during or after at this time?
Directly after, no. After I left that day, I went home and showered because I felt gross. I didn't fully understand why I felt gross, but I did have a conversation with Tanner either the next day or the day after that I was not interested in him. I did not want to be in a relationship with him, and I never wanted to have a sexual interaction with him again.
What was your relationship though with Tanner after this, before the August incident? What was your relationship like?
We were friendly. We had mutual friends. And again, we were both involved in the music scene, so we saw each other a few times. We hung around with the same group of people.
I'm going to direct you to August 11th, 2013, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to talk the jury through that day. So how do you recall when this happened?
That day, I was dropped off in Hazelwood to hang out with Tanner at an apartment that he was staying in with some friends of his. We were going to be drinking and smoking and playing drinking games in that apartment.
Were you invited by Tanner or someone else?
I was invited by Tanner.
And did you know the other people at this apartment?
I knew one of them. The people whose apartment that were on the lease I had just met that day.
And you said you were gonna be doing these things. What did y'all actually do when you got there?
We exactly did those things. We drank alcohol, we smoked marijuana and cigarettes, as well as played drinking games.
Do you know about what time of day or night this was?
We started drinking later into the evening.
How intoxicated were you?
Very.
How old were you at this time?
16.
Did you purchase alcohol?
No.
You're drinking games, you're having a good time. What happens next?
I decided I was tired, and Tanner and I had agreed that I would sleep in his room instead of on the couch. So I said I was going to bed. I went into his room and went to sleep.
Was he in the room?
At that time, no.
At some point, did he come in?
Yes.
Tell me what you were doing and what happened.
I was asleep. I woke up to him grabbing me and touching me in my vaginal area, where he proceeded to again have sex with me.
And what did you do at that time?
I froze. I completely froze, shut down, did not know what to do, and just let it happen.
How did you feel at that time?
Violated, gross, not comfortable with myself. I hated myself a lot for allowing that to happen to myself.
Was there anything different this time versus the first time?
Our conversation after the previous sexual incident was that I did not want to have that kind of relationship with him. So he knew that I was not interested in him like that.
After this happened, what was your relationship with Bennett like after this?
I stayed very off-put towards him. I was very dismissive whenever we would speak. If I was around him, I would often talk to the others around him, but not him. I very much so tried to be as rude as I could be without possibly starting a anger fit.
Did you tell anyone at the time what happened to you?
Shaylee Moore.
Who is Shaylee Moore?
Shaylee Moore is a friend of mine. She is also another victim.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Sure.
Shaylee Moore and Tanner Moore?
Yes.
Was that just you and her and Tanner, or was that with the band, or in some other fashion?
We went to a music festival together that Tanner was playing, South by So What. I cannot recall if we hung out with Tanner privately with just her and I.
Do you know how she was introduced to Tanner? Was that through you or someone else?
I believe it was through me.
States Exhibit 291. This is the first page in that document. Can you just explain what we're looking at here?
This is the start of the Facebook Messenger thread of my messages with Tanner Horner.
Can you just say for the record what the date is on this?
January 13th of 2013.
I'll show you the second page. Mayor, can you read the statement? 9/26,
Uh, Do you want me to read from the beginning or just that statement? Tanner had messaged me, "What's up?" So if you don't mind me asking what happened, I explained that the person I was dating broke up with me due to his family and he was tired of being made fun of. Tanner's response was, "Damn, I've never understood why people freak out over weird age gaps. I mean, yeah, that's a little different, but still, LOL. So I guess you're not gonna try to set me up with one of your friends now, huh?"
What was he referring to with the weird age gap?
His friend that I was dating was 21 at the time while I was 16.
And I guess at this time of this message, he did know your age then.
Yes.
Objection, false or speculation.
Overruled.
I'll show you, on the state's exhibit 291, that's going to be on page 25. Probably gonna have to show you can you read the last date on this message?
The very last date,
Yes.
August 9th of 2013.
And when were you sexually assaulted by Tanner Horn?
August 11th.
I'm gonna show you, page, it's gonna be still page exhibit 291, but page 26. The next page. What is, that next date?
November 28th of 2013.
I'm not good at math, but there's a few months between that.
Yes.
Why was there a gap in those messages?
I did not want to speak to Tanner during that time due to what happened on August 11th. I was very uncomfortable with it and felt that he had no respect for me and that my conversation with him previously was disregarded.
Show you, what is going on during these messages at this time?
I had loaned Tanner a Kingdom Hearts game for the PSP and I was trying to get it back.
Had you asked previously for this game back?
Yes.
Is this essentially what we're reading about here?
Yes.
Can you read these?
From the beginning or starting December 1st.
You can start on December, this fourth. And yeah, you can read that whole date.
Yes.
Or December 1st, yeah, that's fine.
December 1st, 2013, I messaged him,
Is that 2014 or
2014, I'm sorry.
2025?
And then on December 4th of 2014, he messaged me, "If you want your MFing game, just come and effing get it, Jesus effing Christ." I responded, "I have no effing time, Tanner. You told me you'd mail it. You didn't. You told me you'd try to bring it to me and you didn't. Mailing is not that effing hard."
For record purposes, you're saying effing, but the full word is there.
Yes, the full word is there.
Okay. Show you, next page, 41. Continue. With that, even.
Tanner then replied, "I don't even have envelopes. I'm broke as F." Is it okay if I say the word?
Yes.
I don't even have the envelopes. I'm broke as fuck. How the fuck can I fucking mail something if I don't have anything to mail it in? God fucking damn. I said, ask your grandparents. I guarantee you they have stamps and envelopes. He said, they don't. I've tried and they won't buy shit for me anymore, which is understandable. I said, ask Cody then. He told you how to do it and he has some. It's effort, Tanner. He said, you're sitting here telling me to put forth effort. What effort have you made to even come get it? That's what I fucking, and then it goes to the next page.
Next page, page 42.
That's what I fucking thought. I said, I have asked Nakota 25 different times and he has said no. The only way I can go get it is if I walk and I can't walk that far because of my knee. So quit being a prick and just do what you told me you do when I loaned you the game. Give it the fuck back. He then said, I'm a prick. Fuck you, cunt. I said, yeah, you are a prick. Warning you now, if I have to give gas money to someone or walk to get my fucking game, it's not going to be fucking pretty. I'm going to be severely pissed. And he responded, K.
And what was that next message about?
That next message is on December 5th of 2014. It starts with, hey, sorry about what I've said earlier. I've been stressed a lot lately, even though that's not, and then it continues to the next page. I've been stressed a lot lately, even though that's not an excuse. That's not how you're supposed to talk to your friends. That was childish and immature of me to do. I apologize.
So that whole little bit was all because you weren't in the video game?
And I asked for it back, yes. And I had no way to retrieve it from him, and he told me that he was going to get it to me.
And that previous date, can you show us that date at the top? What is that date?
December 5th of 2014, the next day after the anger explosion.
And what's the next date in these messages?
May 17th of 2016.
And can you just read that one?
Please tell me you guys aren't at Pizza Hut.
When we're talking about you guys are at Pizza Hut, what is this about?
This is about me and Shaylee Moore being at Pizza Hut.
What happened at Pizza Hut?
We were there to see her friend, and Tanner saw us and proceeded to message me, confirming that I was there with Shay.
Can you read this part?
It says, please tell me you guys aren't at Pizza Hut. I said, yeah, we are waiting on someone. Why? Tanner said I was going to come up and say hi till I saw Shay there, so I just kind of decided against it. I said, probably a good idea. He said, for real though.
So why didn't that one come say hi?
Because
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
Sustain.
Show you, so at the top of this, can you read the date at the very top?
November 8th, 2016.
Okay. And then what's the date in the middle?
April 29th, 2017.
So another large gap in time happened. Can you tell us what's happening here in these messages?
Tanner had sent me the new trailer for the live action remake of the anime Death Note.
The anime Death Note. Who's the character in that?
Misa Misa.
And that's what we talked about earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
So why did he reach out to you in July 2017 on that?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Sustain.
Have you and Tanner previously talked about this trailer or Death Note?
Death Note, yes.
Is that something y'all had in common?
Yes.
Are these messages talking about that Death Note?
Yes.
Can you read these?
Yes, Tanner sent me a new trailer. I said, I'm not excited about it. Tanner said, L is black and it bugs me. And I can't read the next message due to the arrow at the bottom.
I will go to page 46.
I said, the whole setup bugs me. Gonna end up bringing my Misa cosplay to work though for the release of the movie. Tanner said, I forgot you did a Misa cosplay, LOL, but I'm probably gonna watch it just because I love Death Note, but I have a feeling it's going to bomb harder than the Twin Towers. I then responded, harder than an Ariana Grande concert, but probably gonna watch it too. Tanner then said, just saying though, William Dafoe is Ryuk. I said, I know, I don't know if I want to be excited, and then it goes to the next page.
Page 27.
I finished that sentence with, I don't know if I want to be excited or not. Tanner said, I'm not going to judge it too hard till I actually see it, but I'm definitely lowering my expectations. I said, I'm iffy. Who do they have playing Miss, but I autocorrected to Miss Misa. Tanner said, let me check. I said, if she's not in the movie, I'll be pissed. Tanner said, I feel so bad for Misa. I said, who is it? Am I going to cry? I was hoping it'd be Margot Robbie because she's perfect. And then it goes to the next page. Tanner then said, nah, just how Light treated her. And yeah, you're right, she is. Sent me a screenshot of the actress playing Misa, which is Margaret Qualley. I said, ew, no, I'm upset now. Tanner said, she ain't even blonde. I said, Margot would be much better. And it goes to the next page. He sent me a photo of William Dafoe sitting in the back of a car and said it's Ryuk. I said it works, but I have to see the makeup and everything first. Tanner said it's probably going to be CGI. I said, WTF, no. If they're going to do Ryuk, it needs to be stilts and the waist cincher and full makeup mask. Tanner said it's Netflix, so I'm guessing they'll have a good budget. I said if it's CGI, I'll cry, and then it goes to the next page. Tanner said, I just hope it's at least good. I said, they whitewashed it. He said, what do you mean? I said, no one is Asian. He said, especially L. I said, like it's fucked. The guy who plays Light is horrid. And then he sent me a photo of the character who's playing, the character L and the person who is playing him. And then it goes to the next page.
Page 51.
I said, WTF. He said, IK, which stands for I know. I said, that's so wrong. He said, it's blasphemy. I'm not racist, but good damn, he ain't no fucking N-word.
And for the record, please spell that.
Nigger.
Okay.
I said, exactly. He said, he looks the exact opposite. He's supposed to look like an emo tweaker. And then it goes to the next page.
And this is back, I use my eyes here. This would be July of 2017, right?
Yes.
Okay. After July of 2017, what was your relationship? I guess you tell me, what was your relationship like now in this time period, 2017, and then after?
In 2017, I remained civil, and then after I started as civil, but started to get more friendly.
In 2018, did you come across a defendant?
Yes.
At some point, did you take some pictures or do something for the defendant?
Yes, I took photos of the band he was in at a local venue while they were playing. The band hired me to shoot the photos.
What was your relationship like at the defendant at that time?
Civil.
Did you have a sexual relationship with the defendant at all?
Absolutely not.
Did he ever try to have a sexual relationship or anything with you?
He tried to kiss me at the bar, and I told him no, and he did stop at that time.
Did he tell you anything at that time?
He told me I was more fun when I was younger.
At some point, did you report this case?
Yes.
When was that?
Shortly after I received a call from my mother asking me how a mutual friend of ours knew Tanner because he was the one that is.
Sustain, don't testify as to what other people told you.
Yes, sir.
Did you report case?
Yes.
How has this affected you?
Very badly. I have been struggling mentally since the news was announced online. It has been very hard on me. I have felt guilt due to the fact that if I had reported, things may not have happened to other people as they are accused.
Have you sought any counseling?
I did. I actually have a therapy appointment tomorrow morning.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haberman, these two incidents that you spoke about occurred in the summer of 2013, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The first one happened either at the end of June or the very beginning of July?
I want to say it was beginning of June. I can't remember the exact date,
At the
unfortunately.
beginning of June?
Roundabouts.
Okay. And then the second one happened, you said August the 13th?
August 11th of
I'm sorry,
2013.
August the 11th of 2013. Sorry about that. I wanted to talk a little bit about your dating history. When you first met Tanner, you said that you were about 15 years old.
16. I had just turned 16 in November.
At the time, you were dating a man that was in his band.
Yes,
And in fact, he's the one that introduced you to Tanner, is that correct?
yes,
That's because they were best friends in the same band?
yes,
The man that you were dating in the band, he was 21 years old.
yes.
How long have you all been together?
Before I was introduced to Tanner, maybe a few weeks.
And how long were y'all together total?
A few months, maybe a couple. I can't recall exactly.
Before you dated Jonathan, is that the name of the man you were dating?
Yes, ma'am.
Before you were dating Jonathan, you were involved with another man named Cody, is that correct? I'm going to object to relevance of her dating history.
Where are we heading with this?
Your Honor, it goes for credibility.
Oh, your objection sustained.
Yeah.
No, your objection sustained. You may make a bill if you need to at some point.
Okay. Alright, so you were 16 years old, dating a 21-year-old, and then you two broke up.
Yes,
After you broke up with, or after Jonathan broke up with you, that's when you began dating Tanner.
yes.
How long after you and Jonathan broke up did you begin dating Tanner?
Very shortly, I did it because I thought it was going to hurt Jonathan's feelings. I was 16 and very childish.
And so you and Jonathan broke up, I want to say it was in May?
End of May.
End of May, and then by the beginning of June, you already moved on.
I wouldn't call it moved on, more so as, again, I was being childish and petty.
I want to talk a little bit about the band that Tanner was in at the time.
Yes,
You had testified earlier that that you had gone to Tanner's house with Jonathan,
yes,
and that was to see band practice.
yes.
Was the gentleman that I referred to earlier by the name Cody, was he also in that band?
In Recover the Lost, I don't think so. I can't recall exactly.
What kind of music did this band play?
Like post-hardcore screamy yelling music.
That kind time that you were here on the top 40 station?
No, ma'am.
And you would go and watch the band practice, is that right?
Yes.
How often would you watch them practice?
I believe I only went a couple times.
Where did they practice?
In Tanner's shed.
So you lived in Tanner's house on several occasions?
Yes.
Was it just you that was there watching the band practice, or was anybody else there watching as well?
I believe there was another girlfriend of one of the members there watching as well. I don't remember her name.
You just didn't watch the band practice, you also went to some of their shows, correct?
Yes.
And there were lots of, about how many shows did you go watch?
In that specific time or in total?
That specific time.
That specific time, I can remember maybe 2.
Well, I want to go back a little bit to practices. When you went to practices, there was drinking going on, wasn't there?
I cannot recall on that one.
And sometimes at practices, people would smoke weed.
Yes.
And you would smoke weed in practice.
Yes.
And no one forced you to smoke marijuana, did they?
No.
And if you were drinking, no one forced you to drink either, did they?
No.
Because by the time you had met Tanner, you had already been drinking and drugging. Is that correct?
I had already been drinking and smoking marijuana, yes.
But you'd also been smoking meth.
Objection, I don't know what the relevance is. Objection.
Overruled, I'll let her answer it if she can.
Not that I can recall, no.
You don't recall telling Tanner that Jonathan had introduced you to meth?
I remember telling Jonathan that, not Jonathan, I'm so sorry. I remember telling Tanner that Jonathan and a friend of his were smoking meth and wanted me to, and I told them no, and Jonathan blew it in my face.
And you put that's what you messaged Tanner in the Facebook messages?
I can't recall the exact messages that I sent him. Are they in the messages I have in front of me?
If you look at page number 17.
You might refer to it by date.
I will,
Yes, I have it here.
okay. And I was gonna ask if the state could put that one up on the screen.
Mr. Berry? Okay.
Project.
I do remember this.
Okay, so we're now looking at June 19th of 2013, where you said, I have the one I loved name permanently etched into my body. I cry all the time, and I can honestly say the happiest I've been is when I smoked meth. I can honestly thank Jonathan for that. He showed me happiness when he smoked it with me, and one goddamn day, I hope it kills me.
Yes, I do remember this. It was that same night. I do apologize for my misspeaking earlier.
So I'm sorry, I didn't. I want to talk to you a little bit about Tanner.
Yes.
Over the years that you have known Tanner, that you have had the opportunity to observe his personality.
Yes, ma'am.
And you notice that he is a little socially awkward,
Yes, ma'am.
and that, according to you, that Tanner seemed to try to
pick up pieces of other people's personalities.
Yes.
And he would try to fit in using those bits and pieces of personality.
Yes.
And you felt that Tanner was basically scared when he really wanted to be cool.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk a little bit more about these Facebook messenger posts. You said earlier that after you met Tanner, you messaged each other on occasion and would talk on Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
All right. So on May 20th, we reached out to Tanner via Facebook Messenger. I believe. That's on page 7. And you told him that you wanted, can you put a page 7?
Yes, I will.
All right, so you reached out to Tanner and you said that you wanted to apologize for annoying him while at Charlie's. You were being dumb to worry about him, and I hope you feel better soon and find yourself a good girl. See you around, Tanner. Who is Charlie?
Charlie is a mutual friend of ours.
And what is Charlie's last name?
Burris.
So when you had reached out to Charlie, you said that you had been annoying Tanner that night and you were apologizing for annoying Tanner.
Yes.
So was this the incident at Charlie's house when you were basically being held out for being sexually aggressive towards Tanner?
I do not remember that. When I was talking about this, I was saying I was being dumb to worry about him. I was talking to Tanner about Jonathan.
Now, in this same conversation, you were talking about, and actually on June 19th of 2013, that would be page 8.
Yes.
Now, you reached out to Tanner again on June 18th of 2008, and would you please read the first couple of exchanges?
Yes, I said, dude. He said, yes. I said, I'm a strong, independent man whore who don't need no life. Tanner said, LOL, what? I said, IDEK, which stands for I don't even know. I'm 5 ever alone.
Okay, so you yourself referred to yourself as a damn whore?
Yes, I did.
Also, during that conversation, you talked about dating older men.
I believe so. What page would I be looking at?
Your Honor, I'm gonna object to talking about dating older men.
Overall, if it's in the exhibits, you can go into it.
Anything in the exhibit is fine, outside of that. Yes, it's in the exhibit. Let's look at June 19th. I believe it's on page 13.
You said page 19?
Yes, and Your Honor, I'm going to apologize. Their numbers are a little off the ones that we had before, so.
If you refer to the messages by dates,
That's
it
what
may
I'm
be
gonna
better.
Okay, so on June the 19th, you had spoken in the exhibit, so the jury will be able to take this exhibit back
Correct.
and look at it. So, but you recall on June 19th where you talked with Tanner about dating older men?
It looks like I was talking about a guy I was interested in and Jonathan in this conversation.
And Jonathan was older than you.
Yes,
Tanner was older than you.
yes,
Cody was older than you.
yes,
And all of these men were in their 20s when you were dating them at 16.
yes.
And no one forced you to date any of these men, did they?
No.
You dated them because you wanted to, and for no
Yes.
other reason. When you first started dating Tanner, or I'm sorry, when you first split up with Jonathan, you said that Tanner had started showing some interest in you. And at the time, you thought that he was really sweet, didn't you?
I did.
And you knew that he had Asperger's.
I was informed by him that he had Asperger's. I never saw any documentation stating such.
But you and Tanner had a lot of mutual interests.
Yes,
Music and animals and things like that.
yes.
All right, so when you were dating Tanner, he was never really handsy with you, was he?
Not in public.
And at the time that you were dating him, you had made it known that you would hit someone if they touched you when you didn't want to be touched.
Yes,
And you made sure that Tanner knew that from the beginning, right?
yes.
All right, so let's talk about this first incident back in 2013. Was that one of the nights that you had gone to see a show?
I can't remember if we saw a show that day.
But you knew you were going to be partying that night,
Yes,
and you knew you were going to be drinking.
yes.
No one forced you to drink.
No, ma'am.
You drank because you wanted to.
Yes, ma'am.
You also knew you were going to be doing drugs,
Yes, ma'am.
and no one forced you to do the drugs.
No, ma'am.
No one threatened you to do the drugs.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you went back to Tanner's shed because you wanted to.
Yes, ma'am.
No one forced you.
No, ma'am.
No one threatened you to, if you didn't go.
No, ma'am.
You went to Tanner's place of your own free will.
Yes,
And it was your plan from the beginning to spend the night there.
yes.
So when you went and laid down, you said that Tanner was in bed with you.
Yes,
And and that Tanner made the first move,
yes,
and you went along with it.
yes.
When you had your forensic interview with the Fort Worth police detective, do you recall telling him that that encounter was consensual?
In the act that I did not say no, yes, I was still a minor child at 16.
But do you recall telling him that it was consensual?
I'll let her answer.
Yes,
You also spoke with the DAs, and you've also spoken with our investigators.
yes,
And you recall telling our investigators that that encounter was also consensual.
yes,
This incident, the first time you had sex with Tanner, you said occurred in June of 2013. And as shortly thereafter, you were already texting him, messaging him, reaching out to him via Facebook Messenger.
yes.
During one of these times that you reached out to him, you were bragging or telling him about a sexual encounter you had with another woman.
Probably.
And this was in July of 2013. In fact, that was on July 8th of 2013.
Do you know what page that's on so I can refresh my memory?
I apologize. Their exhibit is, the page numbers are just slightly off from the one that I have. But it would be on July the 8th.
I would say around page 21 or 22. And I believe it might be on page 13.
Ah, I see it here. Yes, I see it.
Okay. So now let's fast forward to August the 11th of 2013. Tanner had invited you over to his friend's, or to his apartment in Hazelwood.
It was his friend's apartment that he was staying with. He was not on the lease that I can remember.
So you were invited by Tanner,
Yes,
and you went over there willingly.
yes,
You knew you were gonna be drinking,
yes,
you knew you were gonna be smoking,
yes.
and no one forced you to drink or smoke, did they?
No, ma'am.
After you went to bed, you said that Tanner came into the room, and then that's when y'all had sex again.
That is when I woke up to him having sex with me, yes.
Well, that's not what you told our investigator, is it? In fact, you told them it was consensual. Do you remember that?
I don't remember talking about the second time with y'all, no.
You testified earlier regarding these Facebook messages that after this August 11th encounter, that you tried to be off-put and dismissive and you tried to be as rude as possible. But you continued to initiate contact with Tanner via Facebook Messenger.
Yes,
So you initiated contact with him on November the 28th of 2013. And you initiated contact with him on December the 18th of 2013. Do you remember that?
yes, I do.
And with the December of 2013, you asked Tanner to give you a right to a show. Is that right?
Yes, I believe it was a show that he was performing, the South by So What. I was trying to go so I could hang out with Shay and watch him perform.
But you asked Tanner to give you the ride to the show.
Yes,
And then in January of 2014, you reached out to him again and told him that you had some weed, right?
yes, I did.
And you asked him if he wanted to chill.
Yes,
And you even told him that you were right by his house, insinuating that you wanted to come over to his house, right?
yes, I believe we actually went to the park down the street.
And then in March of 2014, you initiated contact again and asked him to go to a show with you.
I believe so. Roundabout what page would this be on?
It's March the 27th of 2014.
Yes,
And then again on March the 28th, you got back in touch with them again.
yes.
And then again on April the 13th, you tried to video chat him.
April the 13th. Ah, yes, I see the audio call.
And when you didn't respond, what was your, what did you message him after that?
I said, answer me, faggot.
All right, so on April the 14th, you and Tanner had a phone call. Is that right?
Yes,
And then on May the 27th of 2014, you initiated contact with him again,
yes,
and you asked him to come hang out with you.
yes,
And then later that year, y'all had the fight about the video game, right?
yes. I believe so.
After the fight about the video game, Tanner apologized for what he said the next day.
Yes,
After a while, I know you two had lost contact, but at some point, you started up another messenger thread and contact with messenger, right?
I believe so. Do we have a date so I could find it in the messages?
Let's say it was July of 2017 when Tanner sent you the death note, right?
Yes, I see this.
All right, and then later there was some time that y'all didn't have contact, but then in October of 2018, you agreed to do a photo shoot for the band, is that right?
Yes.
And in November, you did that photo shoot and posted the photos, is that right?
Yes.
But also in November of 2018, you and Tanner talked about your job and you encouraged him to come and apply where you work.
Yes.
And in fact, in November of 2018, you also asked him to help you move.
Yes, I did.
And he helped you, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Ms. Haberman, you had said that you had been to Tanner's house and that you had met his grandparents. Would that be Bill and Jackie Hobson?
I didn't know their names at the time, but it was the older woman in the house, so I assume his grandmother.
And you were there in the house at times when his grandfather would yell at him, weren't you?
I can't recall.
You don't recall telling our investigators that you heard Mr. Harbison hurl insults at Tanner?
It's been so long that I can't remember. I'm so sorry.
You don't recall telling our investigators that Mr. Harbison referred to Tanner as a shit stain on the face of society?
I would need to see my statement. Unfortunately, I can't recall. It's been a couple years.
And you were aware that there had also been physical altercations between Tanner and his grandfather.
Yes, Tanner had informed me of those.
And after one of those physical altercations, Tanner tried to kill himself.
Yes, I believe so. He tried to hang himself on Facebook Live, I believe.
One moment.
Redirect.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
You were asked, or I guess you were, these older men forced you to date them. Did you force these older men to date you?
Absolutely not.
How old are you?
16.
Would you consider yourself socially awkward?
Yes.
You stated earlier you lived with your grandma.
Yes.
Is that something you and Tanner Horner had in common?
Yes.
And how was your childhood? Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Sustained.
Honor, she's already testified to her having a rough childhood.
I know. So it's repetitious.
And when you stated that you were a band whore in these messages, what did you mean by that?
That was a term that was going around on a website called Tumblr, which a lot of young people use to repost things about bands. And it was a term that a lot of younger music fans used in that day to say, oh, I'm a band whore. I love all of these bands. They're so great. It was not in reference to me being a whore sexually.
further arrest.
Two questions.
Okay?
Did you file charges for statutory rape against Jonathan Harvey?
No, I did not.
Did you file charges against Chris Five for statutory rape?
No, I did not.
Anything else? Okay. You're gonna need to stick around for just a few minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
So put her in the witness room. I would like to get started with the next witness, and then when the jury's lunch gets here, we'll break. Okay? Mr. Stacy, oh, sorry about that. Previously sworn to testify.
It used to, yes.
This fucking I was muted. This blur in the witnesses shit, I hate it. It makes it even harder to tolerate this fucking case. Fuck. Yeah, I was muted, Robin. I just noticed literally as I start speaking. Fuck. Not another witness with another mute, like, you know, this. I just, fuck. It's a lot harder to concentrate, I think. Shireen, you're gonna fucking have to do, like, here's her arm, we're gonna have to put her hair there. That's witness number one, eyes there, nose. There you go, the judge is up here. That's his hair. That's him going round. His face. His paper there as well. Fuck, I just don't like this. Just let's see the fucking witnesses. I'm tired of this already. Oh, fuck. Right. This will rock. This will work. Can you imagine? KD, fuck. Right, let's wake us up a little bit. Let's wake us up a little bit.
Great dates. Great dates. Great dates.
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
Bex.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
Sorry, Pete.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome. Mom.
Well, what? Welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry, honey.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
I've got it. Thank
Right, I know it can be endearing, Robin G. It can be. Right. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
And ma'am, just so that I'm clear here for us, what's your date of birth?
November 4th, 1998.
Initially, just so we get this clear, how do you know the defendant?
He raped me in December of 2014.
Now, what age were you when you first came in contact with him?
I would say around 14.
That'd be 7th grade?
Yes, sir.
And was Tanner still in school or out of school?
I believe he had already graduated.
And what geographic area were you in when you were having contact with Tanner when you were in the 7th grade?
Like, where was I living at the time?
What places were you having contact?
We would hang out at the park in Azle with mutual friends around the same time, and that was how we first came in contact.
At some point after that, when you were in 14, did you similarly hang out with Tanner and some of his friends?
A few times, yes.
And heard a little bit about this, but were they in a band?
Yes, sir.
And how many different bands that you had, did you hang out with? Multiple or just one?
As far as his band, only one.
And as far as this particular band, when did you begin, I'll just use the term hanging out. We'll talk about it. When did you begin hanging out?
It would have been November of 2014.
And let's talk about, when I say hanging out with the band, what type of things were you doing with the band?
I was being picked up and taken to his friend's house for band practice, and I went to a few of their shows.
So at this point in time, in November of 2014, you said?
Yes, sir.
How old are you in November?
I had just turned 16.
And so November 4th of 2014, you would have turned 16.
Yes, sir.
And you said this sexual assault occurred a month after that in December of 2014.
Yes, sir.
So during this time, you said that you would go to the shows. What kind of shows?
Small band shows at Tomcats in Fort Worth.
Is Tomcats the name of the establishment?
Yes, sir.
And what type of establishment is this?
It was a bar music venue combo.
And would this be where Tanner is also performing in this band?
Yes, sir.
And as far as that's concerned, I'm going to ask you, did you have a friend by the name of Kaylin Hagerman?
Yes, sir.
And is that how you got to know Tanner?
She was one of our mutual friends, yes.
And was she around the band as well?
Yes, sir.
And should you sit here? Sorry.
That's all right.
States 294. And absent the other stuff on it, do you recognize that picture?
Yes, sir.
And do you actually know who took that picture?
I believe it was Kaylin.
Okay. And do you recognize the people that are in this picture?
Yes, sir.
And what date was that?
It was posted on November 21st. It was taken the night before.
So this was taken, say it again,
November 20th,
of
2014.
2014. And in this picture, who's in this picture?
Tanner, from left to right, Tanner Horner, myself, Cody Spiker, Charles Wooldridge, and then the other gentleman whose name I don't fully remember.
Unknown band.
Yeah.
So who has the United States 294?
States exhibits 294s have been.
And let me ask you, in this picture, how old are you in this picture?
16 years old.
And if this is taken November 20th, is that, if my arithmetic's correct, how many days after your 16th birthday?
Less than 3 weeks.
Okay. So in this particular time, in November of 2014, you said you went to a couple of shows. Were those both at this Comcast place?
Yes, sir.
And then you also said you went to band practice, is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
And where did you go to band practice?
At Charles Wooldridge's house.
Is that one of those other people in the picture?
Yes, sir.
And so at this particular time, and you're hanging out with these people, you know what general area Charles Wooldridge's house is? Is it Tarrant County, Wise County, where is it?
It's in Tarrant County. It's in Arlington, if I recall correctly. Arlington.
And so during this time, just
States 294?
Yes.
Sure.
Who is this on the left here? The only female in this?
That's me, sir.
That's you. So this location in Arlington, what was the primary purpose of the band being at this location?
They would have a party the night before and band the next morning, or afternoon rather.
And so during this time, in November of 2014, you said that you ended up at this location. How was it that you ended up from where you were to this location?
Cody Spiker came and picked me up from my grandmother's house and drove me there.
Now, this guy, Cody Spiker, is he also in that picture?
Yes, sir.
And let me just ask, how old is Cody Spiker?
Approximately the same age as Tanner Horner.
At that time, how old is Cody Spiker?
He would have been approximately 21 to 23 range.
And at this time, you're a month after your 16th birthday. How old is Tanner Horner?
23.
My arithmetic, right? That's 7 years older than you.
Yes, sir.
So these times that you go to band practice, where were you living at that time?
I was living in Roanoke.
And who were you living with?
My grandmother.
Now, your grandmother, would she have approved, if you know, of you being at band practice with these individuals?
No, sir.
And I'm going to ask you some other questions, but would she approve of what you're doing at these band practice with these other individuals?
No, sir.
And during this time, besides band practice, is there some drinking going on?
Yes, sir.
And is there some smoking going on?
Yes, sir.
And you're participating?
Yes, sir.
Now, as part of this, you said initially that Tanner had raped you in December.
Yes, sir.
And let me just ask you, where was that location that took place?
That was at that was at Charles Woolridge's house in Arlington.
In December of when?
December of 2014.
Now, do you know the exact date?
The early morning of December 6th of 2014.
Now, let's talk about, at some point, was there ever a conversation between you and Tanner regarding your age being 16?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell the jury what was the substance of that conversation between you and Tanner about your age?
There were multiple conversations, but the gist of them, to my recollection, was him trying to convince me that we should be in a relationship, and me telling him that I could not do that because he was 7 years older than me, and I couldn't lie about something that big. And I couldn't be with somebody with that much of an age difference between us.
So at this point in time, and how did you communicate with him? Was it, you kids communicate different ways, but was it verbally? Was it by?
It was written communication via Facebook Messenger and an app called Kik.
Any doubt in your mind that he knew your age?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
Or no, sir, sorry.
Any doubt in your mind that he knew that you had a problem with the difference between you two's age as it applied to dating?
No, sir.
Now, let's talk about this. Let's go back to your 16th birthday. Did you have a happy 16th birthday?
No, sir.
Why didn't you have a happy 16th birthday?
I had just gone through a breakup with my high school sweetheart of sorts.
Was that upsetting to you?
Yes, sir.
And when you're 16 and you just broke up with your high school sweetheart, what do you do?
Depends on the person, but for me, I kind of just sought attention and tried to stay busy.
And this is the time in which you've broken up and you began hanging out with Tanner Horner.
Yes, sir.
And let's talk about your relationship with Tanner Horner. At any point, did you tell him that you wanted to have a relationship with him?
No, sir.
At any point, did you tell him that you wanted to have sex with him?
No, sir.
In fact, did you ever have an altercation where he attempted something with you and y'all had a discussion about what he did?
Yes, sir.
And where was that?
That was at Tomcats in November of 2014.
Was this at one of these shows?
Yes, sir. And if I remember correctly, I believe it was the night that that picture was taken.
So the night this picture was taken, you have a conversation with Tanner. What's that conversation?
When I first got there, he told me that his mother was going to be coming and to tell her that I was 18 if she asked about my age. And then as the night progressed, he had kissed me, and afterwards we had a conversation the next day about how I couldn't do anything physical with him because of the age difference.
This sounds like the second time you made that clear.
Yes, sir.
And this was in response to him trying to kiss you.
Yes, sir.
Now, you said Tanner Horner told you to tell his mom that you were 18.
Yes, sir.
Why was that?
Because he knew that she would be, he told me that
Over you may answer.
he told me that she would be upset if she found out that I was 16, as well as his bandmates. He also told me to tell them that I was 18, though Cody Spiker knew my real age.
So going into this weekend, December 6th and 7th, are we doing a show or are we doing a band practice?
It was band practice.
And so how does 16-year-old Shay set this up?
I had told my grandmother that I was staying the weekend with a friend, and it was a friend that I was supposed to be getting picked up from their house at the end of the weekend. So I was going to go to band practice late Friday night on the 5th. We were going to have some drinks, hang out. They were going to do practice, actual practice on the day of the 6th. And then the evening of the 6th, we went to Tanner Horner's house.
I'll pick this apart a little bit. So what I'm getting at is that you told your grandma a lot.
Yes, sir.
And so you would have cover so you could hang out with them.
Yes, sir.
And do a little drinking.
Yes, sir.
Now, to get to Arlington or your grandma's house on this particular weekend, how do you get from point A to point B?
Cody Spiker picked me up from my grandmother's house and drove me to Charles Woolridge's house.
And that's one of the guys in that picture.
Yes, sir.
Cody's like, all right. So you get there, what do you do when you get there?
It's pretty late. We're drinking, smoking some weed, listening to music, hanging out. Initially, it's nothing out of the norm for a general house party besides the fact that I was there at 16.
And so how does the night progress? What happens?
We are drinking, and then eventually everything starts to wind down. People are starting to go to sleep. And I am told by Cody Spiker that me and Tanner were going to be sleeping in a bedroom. And Cody was going to be sleeping on the couch with his, at the time, partner.
All right. So a few weeks ago, you had a conversation with Tanner and you testified that you would, I guess,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm just rolling on. Sorry. You had a conversation when you said you were clear with him, you did not want a relationship.
Yes, sir.
So prior to this weekend, was that less than a month on my calculations?
Yes, sir.
And had those same conversations that you said by Facebook Messenger and your app, what was it called again?
Kick, K-I-K.
Okay. Did you have those conversations in that same period as well?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in your mind that Tanner Horner understands that you don't want to have a relationship?
No, sir.
So we've been drinking, we're at Cody Spiker's house or Charles Woolridge's house with the band. Everybody's, I guess, crashing out, if you will. And you find a place to crash out.
Yes, we were sleeping in one of the main bedrooms of the house.
Now let's be honest with the jury. How much did you have to drink?
A lot. I lost count at like 7 shots, and I had a few beers, plus we were smoking as well.
At this point in time, did you bring the alcohol with you?
No, sir.
Did you bring the weed with you?
No, sir.
This was provided to you by the bank.
Yes, sir.
Now, when this is going on, y'all are crashing out, you said, was it a guest house or just another bedroom?
It was just one of the bedrooms in the house.
And at some point, did you crash out?
Yes, sir. We go and we lay down.
Anything at that time go on out of the ordinary?
As we were laying down, it was a pretty big bed, so I went to one side and he began to try to cuddle with me, and I told him that I didn't want to cuddle, I just wanted to go to sleep, I didn't want to be touched.
And I think you've said before that because of how much alcohol you had, you don't remember every single second that went on from the time you got to bed until you got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But let's talk about what you do. So you go to sleep. Do you sleep all night or do you wake up at some point during the night?
I wake up at some point during the night.
And what causes you to wake up at some point during the night?
I became conscious and came to Tanner Horner raping me.
Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about that, okay? I'm not trying to pry into your private life. I'm going to ask you. When you say that Tanner Horner is raping you, you understand it's not legal for a 23-year-old to have sex with a 16-year-old?
Yes, sir.
At any point, did you consent to have any sexual relationship, even if you couldn't consent by law, with Tanner Horner?
No, sir.
And so you woke up with him raping you. Now, what does that mean? Describe it. What do you mean? What does he do?
There are 2 specific moments that I remember as I was in and out of consciousness. He was on top of me. I was laying on my back. He had his penis inside of me and his sweat dripped into my mouth. And then I remember coming to again, and I was on my stomach and he had my hands pinned behind my back and he was continuing to rape me.
Let's talk about this. You said that he was on top of you. Now, let me ask a question about that, a little more of a physical question. The jury seen a picture of you at the time, at or near the time.
Yes, sir.
Now, not to be rude to you, but were you bigger or smaller now than you were then?
I was quite a bit smaller.
And with regard to Tanner, as you see him in the courtroom today, was he bigger or smaller than he is today?
He was significantly bigger.
And so at that point in time, you said he was on top of you,
Yes, sir.
and you indicated that his penis is inside you.
Yes, sir.
Now, with that, besides Tanner sweating on you, what else is he doing?
He is continuously thrusting in and out of my body, grunting.
And then you said that the next thing you remember is you're on your stomach.
Yes, sir.
Now, is the bigger version of Tanner still on top of you?
Yes, sir.
Now, at this point, were you able to push yourself up off of him physically?
No, sir.
And even if you had been sober at the time, would you have been able to push yourself up?
No, sir.
And is that because of the weight difference?
Yes, sir.
Now, the second time you said that he's on top of you, you said his penis is inside you again, and can you show the jury how that he had his hands pinned behind your back? How does that work?
I was laying on the bed and he had my hands on the low of my back.
Like that?
Yes, sir.
And he had his hand, was it his hand holding your hands together?
I only recall one hand specifically.
But whatever it was, you weren't able to pull your hand back around.
Yes, sir.
What's the next thing you remember after that?
We woke up in the morning, went about morning as usual. I had no recollection of the night before.
So at that point in time, you get out of bed, are you still fuzzy from the night before?
I'm definitely still a little out of it.
You've got some memory today. When did your memory come back to you about what Tina Horn done to you that night?
When he made a secondary attempt at assaulting me on the morning of the 7th.
So let's talk about that. How, we're in Arlington, we're at Charles Woolridge's house, right? You get up, how do you get from the secondary location? What is the secondary location?
Tanner Horner's house.
And when we say his house, we've seen some pictures here. Is it just one big house? Are there multiple buildings? What is it?
There was one main house and he had a room in a shed in the backyard.
Now, this particular shed in the backyard, did y'all arrive and go into the main house or the shed?
We went through the main house to get to the shed.
And as far as this shed, is it a big shed, small shed? What do you remember?
I would say it's on the slightly bigger side for sheds, but it wasn't exactly like house size shed or anything.
Have you ever been to his house before?
No, sir.
And who took you to his house?
Cody Spiker.
Was it just you and Cody, or was it somebody else in the vehicle?
It was Cody Spiker and myself and Tanner and myself this day specifically.
So when this is going on, do you remember what time it is on day 2 that you finally arrive at Tanner's house?
It was pretty late in the day. It was dark outside, but I don't remember the time.
And so you get there, you get to the shed, what happens?
He and I go through the house, go into the shed, we're hanging out, and then he hits up one of his friends to bring some acid over.
So Tanner Horner called somebody to bring drugs to the house.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever done those drugs before?
No, sir.
And so how does that work?
In regards to what exactly?
Well, what do y'all do?
His friend shows up. He gives me and Tanner the acid. His friend doesn't take any. The 3 of us are hanging out for a while, where they're playing music videos on the TV. And then his friend leaves and things kind of start to wind down for the night.
So taking this acid, did anybody force you to do it?
No, sir.
This was your first time?
Yes, sir.
And so you're there in the house. I'm not gonna ask you a lot of details about that, but how long does that go on? I don't know the terminology, but how long does it go on from the time that you do it till the time it's up?
It varies from my understanding, 6 to 8 hours on average. But for my experience specifically, it was around the 7-ish hour mark.
So during that hour mark, is anything going on during that 7 hours?
Mostly we're just watching TV or watching music videos specifically, hanging out, talking. And then at the end, we are laying down because I'm ready to go to sleep. It's approximately 7 a.m. at this point. And that was when the secondary attempt was made.
And let's talk about that and walk through that. You're laying down, you're coming down off whatever you take.
Yes, sir.
You lay down. What does Tanner do when you lay down?
He lays down behind me and begins touching me.
You say touching. Let's be more specific. What is he doing when he's touching?
More specifically, I was laying on my right side on the edge of the bed. I was kind of just scrolling, just trying to occupy my brain for a few minutes because I couldn't quite fall asleep. And he begins to trace his hand up and down my side, up and down my leg, my hip, my waist, talking about how he's sorry that my ex hurt me, that he would never hurt me like he did, that he wishes that I didn't have to go through that. And then I began to have brief glimpses of the night before and start to hyperventilate. I'm on the verge of an anxiety attack. He's keeps touching me. Eventually, he starts asking me what's wrong, and I can't bring myself to respond because I didn't know how to even begin to explain what was wrong to the person that was hurting me.
So at this point in time, you said things are kind of coming back. Did you say you had a physical response to what was going on here?
Yes, sir. I started hyperventilating.
And so what are you trying to do, if anything, at the point at which Tanner's doing this?
My body is physically frozen, but since I had my phone in my hand, I did start texting friends to find somebody to come pick me up.
Were they able to come get you?
One person was, yes.
And so it's somewhat you just get up and walk out and drive off with your friend?
He gets up at some point from behind me. He's pacing around the room. At one point, he's blocking or standing in front of the door. Finally, I get a hold of a friend who says that they can come get me. And she asked me what the address was. So I asked him what his address was. And he told me that he wouldn't give it to me unless I talked to him to tell him what was wrong.
Did you know where you were?
No, sir. I knew that I was close to Azle, Texas, but I didn't know where exactly.
And you've never been to this place?
No, sir.
And so, did Tanner give you the information you were asking?
No, sir. He never gave me the information.
How many times do you think you asked him for the address to the house?
I don't recall specifically, but at least 2 or 3.
And he wouldn't give it to
No, sir.
you? And you said that he was physically in front of the door. Were you trying to leave when that was happening?
In the time that he was blocking the door, I was still standing over beside his bed. I was putting my stuff in my bag, trying to get out of there.
And were you finally able to get out of there?
Eventually, he moved from in front of the door, and I was able to beeline from beside the bed to out the door, through the backyard, through the back door that went through his grandparents' room where they were sleeping. I went into the dining area, found a piece of mail with his address on it, and hid in the bathroom until my friend could come get me.
And at some point, did your friend come get you?
Yes, sir.
Now, initially, did you report this to anyone?
No, sir.
But did you tell anyone?
Yes, sir.
And who did you tell?
I told several of my friends. I told his bandmates knew about it. Some of them. I told my brother, that kind of stuff.
Why not law enforcement at that time?
There's a lot of reasons, but ultimately I didn't think that I would be believed.
Now, at some point, you talked to us before about you and Tim communicating.
Yes, sir.
And did y'all, during this the short time that you were hanging out with him, what were some of the subjects that he communicated with you about during that time?
The majority of our conversations revolved around music or the show Doctor Who. But he did disclose that he was into BDSM and rougher sex with me as well.
So these are Tanner Horner having those type of conversations with 16-year-old Shay.
Yes, sir.
Now, at some point during this, did you begin to speak out a little more about what had happened?
Yes, sir. I was telling people close to me, though I was limited about exactly how much I told and who I told for a few years. And then in 2018, I became public with it.
And when you went public with it, did Tanner Horner respond when you went public and communicate with you about you talking about what happened to you?
Yes, sir. He messaged me directly.
Yeah, let's stop for lunch, okay? Get an exhibit from the last witness. We will start at 1:30. 1:30.
That was tough. I genuinely believe that the blurriness doesn't help either. And Bex will come, apparently.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome.
Whale, what? Welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry, honey.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
I've got it. Thank
And we all know you like it hard, Sarah P. So yes, I did struggle though. I said what I said. Own it. Good. Good girl for owning it. Right. The next stream starts in 30 minutes. So but there's no point going straight over there now. Let's do something quickly. Whale seaman. Welcome. Whale come. Right. Right, I've found some of these videos, so let's put these on. Oh shit, hang on. I need to mute the other one. Share screen.
Wait for that did not work like you planned. Oh, it's everywhere.
You can have the rest of it.
White goo.
I have to mute that because the music's gonna get me. Boobs and boobs, you're right. 8 out of 10. That guy's ridiculous. Right, here we go. Singer burger. What? Clara, yes, they do. It's delicious. It really is nice. McDonald's do it for us. Well, they used to do it anyway. So we have a cream egg McFlurry. Love it. I jerk off horses if I got $250,000 for the jizz. I've not eaten at all today except for one pistachio latte. That's all I've had since about 23 and a half hours ago. I have never seen that. Ooh, you would demolish that.
Let's make special dinner burger. So this is peri peri burger.
Peri peri burger.
Let me do a bit of operation.
Peri peri burger.
I need to be quiet now because it's azan time.
Salafi's all over that one. Chicken burger, zinger. Oh, okay. It was picking Robin G, yes. That was two types. One was piri piri, the first one, and this one's just a normal chicken. I have the Sharon Moore one first, Sarah P. So Sharon Moore is going to be on this channel in the next video. So I've got 3 streams, and also Sharon Moore on my sports channel as well, and Sharon Moore on my Twitter X sports channel as well. And then we go to the afternoon one of this trial after Sharon Moore sentencing. No, it's frozen. So as long as they normally test it, and it's frozen chicken, if that makes sense. Not my cup of tea, but you know. Happy days. Have you done the sports one?
So
in the sports one, you only need to put the PayPal and thingy in, and that's it. And if you go all like the sports one and subscribe to it.
here's cheese. Yeah. 1 slice of cheese, and it will melt within 30 seconds because
American
burger bun and
cheese.
patty is so hot that it will melt within seconds.
Well,
There you go.
there's 4, so oh, so you done all 4 streams. I'm gonna check her out because if she's done that, she's lying to me. She hasn't. She hasn't done the sports one. She lied to me. What a B-I-T-C-H.
Beautiful burger.
Beautiful burger. Here we go. So just to explain the chicken situation, the Robin G said it doesn't look like it's cooked. It's already cooked. It's just been frozen, and now they chuck it in there to get. I did the sports one on this channel. Hold, please. It's all good. Don't worry. You're fine, sir. The sports one only needs whatever the basics.
Bye-bye.
POV, you making sense.
Okay, that was a bit
In front of
boring.
me, there are 7.
Okay, could you taste difference here? I don't know what they are, some of these. These are some of them American ones.
Brown drinks. Oh, we got some. All right, guys. Drink number 1. Here we go. What a start. What a start. I was hoping this would be on here. That is, I think, my favorite drink in the entire world. It's cream soda.
Oh, that's cream soda. Okay.
Wow, let's go, guys. 1 for 1. Come on. Okay, sure. Okay. So this is like Coke or Pepsi, or it even could be the diets. I don't like Coke or Pepsi. So I don't like drink it all the time. I have no idea which one it is. Early, I'm thinking Coke, but it could be diet. I just don't know with Coke. So, all right, drink number 3. We'll come back to it. I think that one feels more diety or zero-y or batty. Like that one I think is a little worse, but it's also in the Coke tree. All right, drink number 4. Dang, back-to-back stuff. What are we doing? Mackenzie was like, oh yeah, there's plenty of options for brown. Are they all just Coke? Ew, I think that one's the best of the 3. I'm thinking like Coke, Pepsi, and then diet early. I don't know. Tentatively.
I love Pepsi. I much prefer Pepsi to Coke. So I agree. That is the best one. You just got it wrong. Pepsi's nice.
Coke, come back to it.
Michael, I'm sorry. Oh no. I'm so sorry.
No,
I want to cry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's okay. No, you're good. You're good.
I'm sorry. I will
that's-
never do that again.
I think that's gonna go ahead and be soy sauce, but my mouth just tastes like vomit now.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I don't like soy
feel
sauce.
horrible.
Breaking news. All right, drink number 6. I don't know if I want to do this.
I'm sorry. It's not gonna make you throw up.
Okay. All right. I gotta just reset here. That's just gotta be like chocolate milk. My mouth just does not taste the same after that. All right, I think that's chocolate milk. Ew.
Oh
Like, I know what it is. Like, that's like tea. I don't like tea. And it's also like, isn't tea supposed to be, I guess you do iced tea. Yeah, it's iced tea. Not sweetened. That's definitely unsweetened. It's as bad as Poppy, man. All right. So I'm just a little wishy-washy on the Cokes of the world. I don't think that one's diet. And I don't think this one's diet. So I think I'm gonna go Coke, Pepsi. I think I like this a little more, and Coke is probably better than Pepsi, but what do I know?
Pepsi.
And then this is just Diet Coke or Coke Zero.
Better.
Coke Zero isn't iconic.
And I would say Pepsi Max, then Pepsi, and then Diet Pepsi. So I could see you all saying Diet Coke, Coke, wherever. I could just say this: I much prefer Pepsi. It's slam dunk. It's far superior. I like to drink Diet Cokes and stuff like that. Now I would never go back. I have to have Pepsi. It's the best. Simply the best. Bow, bow,
Not enough to be on here, so I'm gonna go Diet Coke. Lock them in.
90s kids, do you remember this?
Myers has created a spectacular
Viennetta.
ice cream dessert called Viennetta. But despite its delicious premium ice cream,
Now, as a poor kid, I was never able to get that stuff in the grocery store. But here I am now in Kroger's, and I decided I'm going to treat my kids. Let's see if it's still here. Now, if anybody remembers this stuff, it looked creamy. It looked delicious. I don't know anybody that actually had it. Nobody in my neighborhood was able to tell me how it tasted. But I'm wondering. I want to know. Okay. Reese's, no. These all, I don't even remember how much it was. Let's see.
Our drinks are 100% different. Our Coke is 100% different to the American one, but you're right. It's by far different. Even the Pepsi is different. If I'm being honest, I don't drink Pepsi or Coke in America. I don't like either one of them as much in America. I don't think they taste that nice. They taste differently there than what they do in the UK. So this is a very good comment. I'm talking about Pepsi and stuff and Coke in the UK. The ones in America are not as nice now. That's why I always drink. So actually, fun fact, when I'm in America, I drink root beer #1 over anything. Then if I have to, it'd be Sprite. I don't touch the Coke and Pepsi. I don't like them. I think they're both vile in America. In the UK, they're much better. Both are much better.
Let's see. Okay. I didn't go in here because this is like the most.
But saying all that, my favorite drink in the world is root beer. So that's an American drink. So
expensive ice cream I could think of. Like this little shit is like almost $5. Like literally, and it's only filled up to about right here. And I love the little Kit Kat. You know what? I don't even know why I'm pretending that I'm not gonna get this. Hold on. I have been up and down this little aisle.
If I was your husband, I'd be feeding you soda, just so I could. Oh, is your chest hurting? Let me rub your chest, Bex.
I can't find it. Do they even? It'd be nice if I had something in my hand that could like pull up information and tell me some shit. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So it was discontinued here in America in like the early 2000s, and then they brought it back, rebranded in like 2021, and then it's select stores. So I tried to.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think if you came to the UK, your minds would be blown about the difference in soda here in the UK. It's totally different taste. It's much nicer here. But again, my favorite drink is root beer, and that's in America. And I absolutely love it. But I can't drink Pepsi or Coke in America. They're not nice. They're both vile. Right.
Not so fun fact, we live in Tornado Valley, and this thing looks like a jail cell right now. It's like a
really long day. I'm really worn out.
Right, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over to the other stream. I'm going to start it in 5 minutes. 18:45, or so for the dummies in chat, 6:45. I'll start it beforehand. Let me just set it up, and then I'll be there. So it should zoom me straight over to one of them. Please make sure you go to the other one and like the sports one and this one, the alternate corner one as well. yeah, I will be just chatting the alternate corner one because, again, I'm trying to do nice things in the El Chatty Sports one. So, right, I'll see you over there in a couple of minutes. Peace out.